Hello, welcome back to Intuitive Insights. Today we are going to post this video and we're going to go from Aries all the way to Pisces. Just ride it through. It's going to be a reading about the person you already are involved with or a new person that is coming into your life. So yes, it's essentially a love reading. First card is going to tell us about the person. Second card is going to tell us the exchange between the two of you. And the third card is going to tell us where this connection is going. All right. So let's go. Right now, I'm shuffling an angel oracle card for you. This is for you, yourself, not for your person. But I mean, it's crowning your reading. So take it as it applies. And I will interpret it as so. So, like I said, this is Aries. Aries, listen to your intuitive feelings. Your body is receiving accurate messages from the divine. Okay, so what that means off rip is, one, you should meditate. Sit somewhere calm, peaceful, go for a ride or go and watch the water. Just do something that's going to offer you no distractions. It's just calming. And this is a way of you clearing your mind. I strongly encourage you. I know you're a fire sign. I mean, if you can and you have a fire pit, light the fire pit and just sit by the heat and look into the flames. What you're doing is you're creating what's the word I'm looking for? Y'all know what I'm talking about. You're creating a open line. That's not the word I was looking for, but you're opening communication flow for you to clearly cipher the messages that you are getting. So you need to clear your mind. All right. This is giving someone that's been getting messages and you've been second guessing it. So, I mean, how many times somebody gonna tell you something before you really... What? Oh, when I split that, you had the moon on one hand and the high priestess on the other. That's interesting. I should have stopped and showed you that. Anywho, yeah. So do that, and whatever messages you are getting, write it down or then cipher through it. But nobody's gonna keep talking to you and telling, well, I guess the spirit world is a bit more patient. Well, they'll say it to you, but once you stumble, you trip up, you kind of fuck up the message. You know what I mean? Like you got to listen when it's coming to you. It's one thing to be unsure, but it's another thing to dismiss, doubt, and dismiss. You understand? So just sit with your thoughts, sit with yourself for a little bit. It's giving an Aries that's unsure about something right now. We have Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. Baby, bottom of the deck is the Queen of Cups. I mean, Queen of Cups. It's the Three of Cups. All right. So you could be dealing with someone, one, that's very attractive. They are very intelligent. This is somebody that is alluring. This is someone that calls to you. They kind of take the room when they walk in. It's big, heavy. Excuse me, Queen. It's Aries energy. What did I say? I didn't call a sign, yeah? Sometimes you get the going, and yeah. Anywho. So this is Aries energy. She's very attractive, very alluring, or he, take it as it resonates, because the cards, I mean, they do embody energy, masculine or feminine, but I just talk it by the pictures, okay? Excuse me. But it's someone that tends to be, when they want something, they get what they want when they want it. They are short-tempered, but not in a masculine way. They kind of could shut down. You know, they kind of can go into solitude quite quickly or move on from you to something else to get their attention. Because they are easily attained, but just as they're easily attained, they're also quickly bored, okay? That is the person that you're dealing with. Now, the way the two of you are exchanging is funny. We get the Queen of Cups, which is Cancerian energy, and the bottom of the deck, we had the moon, right? Technically, you still got the moon because you got the Three of Cups, and hers is her planetary sign. Cancer's planet is the moon. All right. That's second deacon Cancer. So that is the moon and Pluto. All right. Anywho, so this is someone that tends to, the way you guys give, oh, it's giving communication. You see how that flip down? It's giving communication as a problem between the two of you, because the Queen of Cups is nurturing. She's very selfless. She tends to give more than she receives. But I don't know. I just feel like there's something. Let's clarify. Queen of Cups. I would say the connection between the two of you is very nurturing. There's a lot of love between the two of you. But to give me fire and then water, it makes me feel like the two of you aren't even connected. These three just want to pop right out. So you have the Hermit, the Hierophant, and the Chariot. Okay, emotions is high. But okay, I can see why you got the intuitive. Whatever it is between you and this person, there's a lot of love between you and your person. I think if you're living with your person, I don't feel like the two of you are necessarily communicating properly. And what I mean by that is you could be covering, you know, the day-to-day things, but you're not diving deep into conversation with one another. And this is, so to speak, something that needs to be addressed. You guys need to highlight this between one another, because it's, the Chariot is Cancerian energy. There's a lot of emotion there. There's a lot of love. There's a lot of drive and desire, but there is not, you know, there's not a lot of talking. And I think maybe Aries, because you're unsure, because your specific card was listen to your intuitive feelings. Bottom of the deck here is the Devil. So it's given, one, isolation, two, I'll communicate and open up with Aries if Aries communicates and open with me, and then there's no movement, pause feet, because each one, it's like you guys are kind of playing like, I'll say something, if you say something, I'll do something, if you do something. It's kind of weird. Let's clarify Queen of Pentacles. And this is happening with you right now because they're all majors. The Hermit is Virgo energy, the Hierophant is Taurus energy, and the Chariot is Cancer energy. You have the Fool, the Devil, and the Magician. Bottom of the deck is a Five of Wands. Okay, so there's a lot of conflict here. I don't think between you and the person, I think it's conflict with you, Aries. No, not trying to throw shade. It's just, I think is you need to trust your instincts. There's something you're guessing. There's something you're guessing about yourself. There's a lot of uncertainty. You got Cancer. That's a water. You could be like, you could be a Pisces, Aries. I think I said that in your other reading. Because there's a lot of intuition here. There's a lot of psychic energy going on here. I mean, even from your other deck, the Angel Oracle. But here, the Queen of Pentacles, this is giving, the Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. So again, it's giving me things just staying the same. It's like someone has found comfort in this behavior. I mean, the desire to do more is here because you have the Fool, the Devil, and the Magician. So you got Uranus, Mercury, and Saturn. You got all three of the earth signs out here. So let me tell you something. It's given an Aries that's sticking to their guns because this is familiar and this is safe. But somewhere along the lines, you're being called to shake things up. There's something you need to communicate. Maybe you haven't professed your love to your lover in great detail because you got conflict here. And it's conflict in shifting, Six of Pentacles, and shifting the way things are because, oh, you got the Lovers there too, but you have Justice here. And with Justice, it's like you're kind of expelling it. What will happen, will happen. What will be. Like you're just letting that go. But in the same breath, by saying that, it's like, yeah, that's true. Prayer without work is dead. That's what is given. So if you want something to come of this, whatever this is that you're harboring, you got to get it out. They can't do it all for you. It's not, you know, it's giving me that illusion. I know I've used this analogy before, but like when my mom was trying to find a job, my granddaddy told my mom, he was like, you know, what you doing? If you ain't job hunting, what you think? You're going to get a knock on the door and they're going to say, you're going to be like, who is it? They're going to say job. Like, it don't work like that. You got to go out and get it. Meaning you have to put in the footwork. You have to do your part to actually activate the chain of events if you want it to come out the way that you want. But you're holding it in right now. And that devil, usually the devil stems to manipulation, but the fact that you have the fool here encompassed with the magician, it's it it's more like you're setting traps. I mean, you could be a little witchy yourself, and you could be trying to call someone to you or trying to call that out of your person, but it's not working. It's not working. That energy is actually being wasted. If that happens to be true for you, because the only one you're missing is the Queen of Swords. Like I said, nothing's being said right now. I think it's all in your head. So for you and your person, for it to work out between the two of you, yeah, are you guys okay with where you are in life? Yeah, I think you guys are. But if you want it to be better, y'all have to communicate that. You have to come out of the shell and actually share your thoughts. You can't just be like, oh, I want X, Y, and Z. Right now, you trying to manipulate, even if you're doing energy manipulation, or even if you're doing something slick like doing subliminal posts or something like that, your person is not catching on. You know, y'all could be seeing each other in day-to-day life. Y'all could live together. Y'all could be in an actual productive relationship. But there's something you want to get off your chest. They're not catching the hints that you're putting down. Overall, you do have a celebration crowning your reading, a celebration, judgment, and then the Six of Swords, and then that's the Sun. So with having them three cards at the bottom of the deck is saying that there's a call for a celebration, a union between two people after a long time. So this stale thought or stale feelings that you've had, once you get it off your chest and it's out in the open, it will create a positive new beginning, a new shift between the two of you, which seems very promising. And I mean, it looks very lucrative. You got Two of Wands under here, and then you also got the Lovers there. There's that Mercury, the Sun, Mars. Six of Swords. Who is that? Six of Swords is actually Uranus with who? Oh, it's Uranus with Venus. So I mean, like I said, it is a very promising beginning. Judgment, is Jupiter. So you're looking at Sagittarius again. So look, basically, my mom used to say, closed mouths don't get fed. You got to say something if you want something. All right. And remember, like I said, let's reiterate what your angel oracle card said. Get you some solitude, some time to yourself, and really listen to your thoughts. Write down what comes to you. If you have 1,000 thoughts, I get like that. I get rushed out of nowhere. I hear this. And it's like, okay, how am I supposed to catch on to all of that? And I have to write it down. I literally keep a little pad around me so I can write down thoughts that's coming to me or ideas that's coming to me, because it gets that intense. And sometimes it seems impossible. It's like, if I do that, that don't make no sense. But you got to do that. Because if you're trying to get something or achieve something you haven't achieved before, you got to do something that seems kind of out of ordinary, out of the box. All right, Aries, that's what I got for you. I look forward to seeing you in your next reading, if this is where you end. Okay, here we go. Taurus. Taurus. What's the message for Taurus? Let's do your angel oracle first. Taurus. Taurus, what you cooking? Give me some inspiration, girl. Because I think I'm going to make some beef enchiladas. Emotional sensitivity. Honor and respect your deep sensitivity, as it is a gift to us all. Let's look here for the activity of emotional sensitivity. If memory serves me right, you need to honor your feelings. Be honest about how you're feeling. Have you been teased or felt bad about the fact that you're extremely sensitive? I know I'm sensitive. Action steps. Live plants are one of the angel's favorite tools for clearing away physical and emotional toxins. Today, put a live potted plant right next to your bed so that tonight its energy can clear and transmute anything you may have absorbed. If you don't have no plants, another way to do this is to sit outside. Take your shoes off, put your feet in the grass, and just do a couple deep breaths, like 4 or 5 breaths in, hold, count to 5, release, count 7, and reset. Okay, that will do you some good if you ain't got no plant by you. Just as a plant transformed toxin carbon into breathable carbon, it will also transform fear energy, so you'll sleep peacefully and wake up refreshed. Be sure to take great care of the plant. Call upon the fairies for help with this. All right, so that's pretty much it for this one. For emotional sensitivity, you just need to reset yourself, and that's by clearing your emotions. If you're an empath and you're walking around absorbing people energy all the time, that can get really exhausting, and out of nowhere you'll start to feel like what's you and what's other people. It'll all blur into one. You don't want to do that. That's very dangerous. You'll turn into a moody bitch. Okay, you don't want to do that, baby, trust me. So you always want to give yourself a nice reset. If you can't get outside and it's just sand around you, you could do the same thing, putting your feet in sand. Or you can go in the house, take a nice shower or a bath, and just listen to the water and reset yourself that way. If you're an individual and you ain't got time to do that and you want to do it immediately now, put on some rain music and imagine yourself out by the water, or imagine yourself in a park, sitting on a bench, birds are around you, and it's beautiful grass. The mind is a phenomenal tool. Don't lag on using it. All right. What's going on with Taurus? Okay. Why just get that little burst? This is between Taurus and a person. I really want to be with you. I want to be real with you. Can't leave you alone. Oh, you got cheered at the bottom. No, I'm living wrong, but I can't let you go. You're the one I want in my life. I already got a wife. All right, now, Taurus. Yeah. No judgments here, but woo. 2 of Cups. So the person you're dealing with, 1, off rip, can be a Cancer. 2, you could be dealing with an individual who is highly intuitive, because the moon is the planet for Cancer. And 3, this is someone you have a very strong, unique bond with. This has been a connection that you didn't see happen, and it's unbreakable. So, here I have the 10 of Pentacles, how the 2 of you engage. It gives me, Taurus, you and this person are in a very stable relationship, and things are growing between the 2 of you. First thing I saw, though, was like a belly, so you could have a baby on the way. Kudos to you. If you do, congratulations. Ain't nothing more beautiful than giving life to a new one, but the journey is hell, baby, so buckle up. Anywho, I'm still happy for you, but it's not a walk in the park having a baby. All right. It's beautiful, but dangerous. I don't know. Me, when I was pregnant, I just felt, I have 2 beautiful boys, young men now, they're teens. And I remember being pregnant. Damn, it's like 15 years ago. Anyways, I remember being pregnant and feeling like an alien. I just felt so foreign. Like, I didn't know my own body. I didn't know my own cravings. Like, I threw up a lot. So I didn't have an enjoyable pregnancy. I just didn't. With my first one, definitely not. My second, it was a bit better. I had it right back. My second was a bit better, but I remember feeling full and kind of just, in my own energy with my second. Although I still vomited and all that other stuff, baby. What was it called? Zofran? Zofran was my friend. You hear me? My doctor tried to get me off of that so many times, and I couldn't. I would be calling them throwing up. I could not stop. I remember my doctor had called me up in there, and he thought I was joking. He had me come that first thing in the morning. I came first thing in the morning for my appointment. I ate nothing, and I threw up the entire time. I could not stop throwing up, and he just felt so bad for me. He's like, let's give you this. And he ended up giving me a soda, and I ended up throwing it up. They ended up having to give me like an IV while I was there. True story. It was a horrible, horrible, horrible experience. Because he didn't want me to have it, because they give it to cancer patients to help them when they have chemo. And he was like, nothing is the best for, having a kid. But all right, enough of me. Let's go back to you. It is a beautiful thing, though, because when you have that baby, you don't know how much love is uncontrollable until you give birth to that child. It is you naturally are connected to that human being. You feel all their emotions. You are connected to them. Still to this day, I'm connected to both my boys. It's so weird in a good way how it works. So here it's given 10 of Pentacles. You and your spouse, you guys are doing really good with one another. You're very entwined. You're very in love. It's beautiful. It's beneficial. There's no illusions with the two of you. Both of you guys are very down to earth and just enthralled with one another. The reason why I said, that's what I saw when I saw the moon first, and then I saw a woman with the moon in her womb, like her stomach turned into the moon. And it's like, oh, okay, you could be having a baby. That's exactly what I got in my mind. 3 of Pentacles, again, people coming together. This is how you guys are moving forward in the future. So you guys could be moving to a new location. You guys could also, because this is rapid change. When you have the Chariot at the bottom of the deck, it's showing there's a transition. Something is shifting within your union here. What was that? King of Wands at the bottom. Let's clarify this 3 of Pentacles. But it does show that you guys working together on a project. And what brings family together more quicker than the baby? Exactly. Was that 3? It's 4. You got the Hermit, the Tower, 4 of Cups, and the Chariot again. All right, so this feeling of isolation and being alone, do I feel like you guys are doing it alone? No, but I do feel like you are following your own light, and you're going to stop just thinking about you, and you're going to start being more involved with everyone else. So the creative ideas that you have, I feel like you're having an explosion. Huge emotion. Oh my God. A huge abundance of ideas are coming to you. A lot of thoughts, actionary thoughts are coming to you, and it's going to cause you to delegate them. So we go from the Tower into the 4 of Cups. It's not giving me that you're going to be doing a lot of work. It's a calming approach. It's not like you're hindering people. It's not like you're ignoring other people's ideas. You're very receptive to other people, but you do have a lot of emotions going on, and things do need to move quick. What can make people change really quick? A baby. I don't see a business here. I see a baby. Okay. So your love reading went to a baby reading. That's just what I get. If it's not your story, it's not your story. You guys could be giving life to a new business, because a baby could bring about fertility in that way as well. What was at the bottom? 6 of Swords. Whatever it is, you guys are going to be very joyous and peaceful when this happens for you guys. I'm happy for you, and I wish you the best. That emotional sensitivity, remember, that was your card. Center yourself. And if you are pregnant, congratulations. All right. I mean that honestly from my heart. It is beautiful. I hope your baby comes out beautiful, strong, and healthy. All right. That is what I got for Taurus. Here we go to Gemini. Gemini fine like wine. Jimmy Jim. Jimmy Jim. Let's see. We're going to get an oracle card for you. This is just... Okay. So you got the fairies. Because you got a whole bunch of cards. But we're going to take the fairies one. So it says here, you have a strong bond with the fairies, and your life purpose involves helping Mother Nature. So what that means is you'd probably want to take a walk on a trail, a nature trail, somewhere where you can't be disturbed. You might see other people, but you're largely surrounded by nature. And just be in a quiet, calm energy and open yourself. Be receptive to messages from the universe, from nature, the thoughts that come to you, the actions. Another quick way to connect with the fairies is by picking up trash on nature trails and stuff like that, putting things where they go. So if you see something out of place, move it where it would make more sense. Like, twigs and stuff in the walkway, and the walk path is clear. Gently just pick it up and put it on the side where it goes. Just have, clear thoughts, clear your mind. You will get some intuitive messages, all right? I put your card right back. Let's leave that there, huh? Did I show you a card? 25 minutes and I'm already second guessing. What? I need some water. All right. It's different riding through all 12 signs than going, but I did get this as a suggestion in the inspiration section when I was browsing on my laptop, and I was like, I'll give it a shot. Why not? But I do like it when you have one set, like, oh, I want to check this person's moon sign or your own moon sign. You can go right to it. I want to see this person's rising. What's going on with them? All right, Gemini, bottom of the deck is the Six of Wands, but you are dealing with the person you could be. Okay, so you got 2 5s. One, you have 5 of Swords. So with having the 5 of Swords, you could be dealing with an Aquarius, someone who beats to their own drum, a person that actually lacks the discipline to listen. That is what 5 of Swords represents. This is someone who feels that they are right and everything that they say is official. So you're dealing with a person who wants it their way or the highway, and they don't necessarily, it's not that they don't care about what they're losing. They don't acknowledge what they could potentially be losing for the simple fact they feel like that they are right. So they're blindsided to failure, okay? How the two of you are engaging right now, where it's looking like there's a problem. So in things that they said or what they did with this 5 of Cups is given the vibe that there's been some words that have been spoken that can't be taken back. Look, I will say this all the time when we bring up the 5 of Swords. You can punch somebody in the throat and they'll heal. And yeah, they'll remember it, but the pain won't constantly come to them. But when you use that tongue, they say the tongue is like a sword. I mean, it cuts sharper than a sword. Those words that you say to people will echo. It will echo. It doesn't matter what you're saying out of nowhere. They could be eating some popcorn, watching cartoons, enjoying their day, and something that you said to them can just echo. Y'all could be having a good time and they'll reflect on what you said in the argument. So you want to be careful with what you say to people, because what you say sticks. You also don't want to say nothing, because if you don't say nothing, which I take ownership for that. I won't say nothing. And that can be detrimental too for the connection, because how can someone know how you feel and what you want or to make this better if you fail to articulate that? You understand? So the person that you're dealing with, I feel like the two of you are connected right now, but there is some wounds, and it's possibly, you know, some unforgivable things have been said. It's going to take some big healing. We are clarifying your outcome for the future. Y'all, future interaction, and we're looking at the 3 of Swords. You are crowned with the 2 of Wands, the 7 of Pentacles, and Death. All right. So when we look at it in this way, bottom of the deck is the Knight of Swords. Let me tell you something, Gemini. You ain't going out without a fight. We have here, though, 2 individuals. The Knight of Swords with the 6 of Wands. They both represent a journey. And the Knight of Swords is the second fastest moving card in the deck next to the Chariot. All right. So this is given a victory is going to happen in this union between the two of you. But right now there's a lot of wounds, a lot of things that have been said. And it's about things that happened, possibly that happened in the past. Could have been some wounds that we never really addressed. You know, could have been some actions, some choices that ones have made. They could have, you know, taken a toll on the finances. Maybe not in a negative way. Because what I just got, what she say in the crib, if he ever got rich, he'd be out this bitch. Believe that shit. Now he's living good while I'm sitting home. He's probably, that's Brand New by hey, who is that? So brand new. Oh my God, who is that? Never thought that you would act so brand new while you're living good. What about me too? Jasmine. It is Jasmine Sullivan. I'm sitting here just trying to think. Jasmine Sullivan. The song is called Brand New. And what is given is that this is just the, what came to me in looking at the cards, where y'all could have worked really hard. You could have invested in them, or her, and then they got better on their feet and then brought up old stuff that happened between the two of you and used that as leverage for them to walk out the door and leave, or for them to betray you. All right. There's been a big transformation between the two of you's union, simply because one person was still harboring feelings or how one had treated them, and it never changed. They just accepted, they took it to the face and then moved forward and never addressed it. All right. It does give me I think I'm going to do it. I recorded all the way from Aries to Virgo, from Aries to Virgo yesterday. And I uploaded the video and I just didn't post it. But that video was a little different. Your reading was a little different because it was talking about getting over traumas and prevailing through those traumas together and stronger than what you guys were before. But this reading today is giving somebody wanting to walk out and leave the other one behind, or someone has performed an act of betrayal and they think it's okay because it's a get back for the way someone else treated them. It's never okay to act with intent to hurt someone. Is never okay. And a lot of people get that misconstrued when it comes to like cheating. This is a little bit off, derailing from your reading, but follow me. Sometimes shit just happens. And no, I'm not a cheater. I'm just saying sometimes shit just happens. One thing leads to another. You are drowning in the moment, and the next thing you know, it's morning. And you're like, what the how did this happen? And this wasn't to hurt anyone. This is a choice I made in my life, and my actions has boiled over into our union. And now it has altered the way that you trust me, because now I have betrayed your trust. So now I'm in a position where I'm undeserving of your trust. It gets tricky when you talk about those kind of wounds. So clearly, y'all got something heavy going on here that's causing one to feel left behind, or one could be really successful. I did look at this clip, and it was so beautiful watching Beyonce cheer Jay-Z on. But what I do know is her whole life, we all know that. If you ever followed Destiny's Child, you ever followed Beyonce's story and Kelly's story, you know their entire life. Actually, I'm not going to say any one made more sacrifices than the other. I just know that, like Beyonce didn't experience a lot of things because her entire life, her entire day schedule was vocal coach, dance practice, making clothes, writing songs. Her entire life was that. Other girls got a break from Matthew, but that is her father. And perfection was the key for this Virgo. So I just watched being a human and me being married. And it was a big shift for me. I had been working since the age of 14. And when I got with my husband, I lessened on my working. And now I'm 100% a housewife. And my husband works. And I couldn't help but think when I watched this clip, there may be some overcoming, some needing of overcoming, just a little bit of jealousy. It's not that the parade and the praise for him isn't positive and genuine. It is. But a part of you is like, wow, what am I going to do with myself? Because this is what I've always known. Like in my life, I always knew survivor mode. I didn't really know living. And then I got to a point in my life where now it's just living. I'm not really having to rob Peter to pay Paul, or sacrifice sleep to make this. And you get in a cycle of loss. You get exhausted. And this can kind of be that as well. I do get that energy for the simple fact, one can be running the show and the other one is a supporting factor, but you weren't built for that. So now having to change the trajectory in which you represent yourself in life can be detrimental for one individual, because I do see the 3 of Swords and I do see the 5 of Cups and also the 5 of Swords. And ultimately, we're looking at 8 swords. So this could be a conflict of one and decisions that you sacrificially made for the betterment of your union, and kind of feel like where do I fall in this? Because to have that reading and to be sealed with the Six of Wands, the Hangman, and the Six of Cups, all three of these cards are really good. I mean, the Hangman is changing perspective, having the dangle and be in a challenging position for a while until you can formulate a new conclusion of why you are here and actually understand that there's no such thing as bad or good, just lessons. And understanding that sometimes the outcomes look really beautiful and other times those outcomes look really ugly and you have to work on that. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it could be calling to that as well, because this right here is showing a huge journey. You could have been going through your life, preparing yourself for one thing, and then God did a chuckle and you got this and your life transformed. It did a huge shift and now you are sacrificially dependent on your spouse, your lover, and that can be scary. That could be really scary. You understand? So that could be the energy that I have. That is the energy that I have. That could be the situation that you're in. And if that is to be true, just understand, it gets scary, but proper communication, some set guidelines and expectations of one another, just a talk can really make things better. And just understand that it won't be this way forever. We'll do other things, together. Maybe you need a vacation, maybe you need to do other things. My husband loves to tell me, honey, you need to find a hobby that you can really dive yourself all the way into so I can stop wanting a new baby. I can't believe I just told you that, but it's true. It is true. It is true. It is. It's no secret. I have 2 boys. Oh my God, they're so handsome. I love my babies. Duh, they're my babies. But I do. They're 15, 14. Are they 14, 13, 10, 15, 14? Hey, look, they teens, all right? And it's weird. I can't just run up on them and cuddle them, They're at the age like, ew, mom, stop kissing me. Stop touching me. And it's kind of weird for me because I'm home all the time, I've kind of gotten like blah. And it's like, okay, what am I going to do? I mean, I have my YouTube, but it has to take off, which it is. It's taken off gradually. Oh my God, I have subscribers and I'm really grateful for that. But it's like, I think people, they watch me here and there, it's like, oh, it's a nice video. But I have to find something and just, my dishwasher hasn't been working for a long time. And I'm just like, I'll cook and then I have to turn around and just clean. And y'all, I could be in the kitchen all day, baby. I will cook, bake, and then turn around and feel punished because I have to clean everything all over again. So I kind of minimize my quantity of dishes so I cannot mess up that many dishes at once. But yeah, I just, they eat and I love that they eat, duh. But I just want something to hold. And my husband doesn't cuddle with me all the time. Yeah, I just said that publicly. He doesn't. I have to like beg him, like, come here, snuggle with me. Like, he doesn't want to snuggle all the time. So his thing is, I need to find something to give my energy and attention to. I'm not a Gemini, but I kind of, I jam with this only because I can feel that, like, supporting. Like, I make sure my husband, he has his clothes, he has all the stuff that he has for work and stuff, and I make sure he comes home to a peaceful home. And I do my part as a wife, but then it's like, what is it for me? I do my prayer group in the neighborhood, but I get it. I understand this energy. It may not necessarily be a problem with your lover. I mean, it could be. We're talking to a mass majority of people, but it could also be, it could definitely just be, you trying to figure you out and you cycling. Okay, what am I supposed to do? And you go from being really happy to you might be fighting off a little bitterness. It's like, really, I did this. They probably could just leave at the drop of what she said in that song. You can drop me at the of a dime, swallow my tears, stood by your side. I should have left your ass a thou. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you go back and forth. Then you be like, baby, it's you. You're the one I love. You know them emotions, it get crazy. It get crazy. So baby, pull through. You got this, girl. If you can relate to this, go ahead. Leave a comment. I got you. You know. We in this. I can relate. I'm not like, it's not bad. It's just something you go through back and forth. I mean, I started gardening. You know, I did find stuff to do. I kind of like want someone to hold all the time. You know, maybe not like all day, just, you know, sometimes. And I really don't, like, I have my nana poo, I have my sisters, I have my niecey poos, you know. I do have stuff to do, but there's something there. Anyways, all right, that's what I got for you, Gemini. You got this, baby. Baby, it's you. You're the one I love. You're the one I need. You're the only thing I see. Come on, baby, it's you. All right, Gemini. We go from Gemini to Cancer. All right, Cancer. Let's pull your Angel Therapy Oracle card. Let's see a little bit more insight, what we can do for you. Come and talk to me. I really want to meet you, girl. Come on, Cancer. Mediumship. It actually was 2. We have mediumship. You have the natural ability to connect with departed loved ones. All right, Cancers. I could definitely see that, being as intuitive as you are. So what you would do here for mediumship, if I can read it right off. Let's just read it right off, your actions. You're going to use a paper and a pen to have a conversation with a departed loved one. First, call upon Archangel Michael to oversee this exchange. So the prayer for Archangel Michael is, Saint Michael, the Archangel, defend us in battle. Be our protection against the wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke him, we humbly pray. And do thou, O Prince of the heavenly hosts, by the power of God, cast into hell Satan and all the evil spirits who prowl about the world, seeking the ruining of souls. Amen. That's a prayer for Archangel Michael, and you would specifically ask if you want to do something extra for him to shield and protect you while you do this exchange with a departed loved one. Me personally, calling upon a departed loved one and writing to them, that I've not done. If I want to see a departed loved one, or I want to connect with one, or want a message from them, or if I have some kind of inquiry, I simply just have it in my mind. I'll say it and then things will just come. You know, but if you are harnessing this ability and you're working towards it and you feel called to do it, one thing I advise people, which may be a little dangerous, but this is something that I have done, you go walk in a cemetery, just peacefully in a cemetery. And, you know, if names stand out to you and stuff like that, you know, if you could research what they used to do, just be grateful for the contribution that they made to the city that you live in, the world that you now walk. You know, you even thank them for the beauty of the cemetery that they have added now, because they're part of the portrait of the land. So those are ways that you can connect as well. That's not in this book. That was me just giving it to you, freestyling it. But that is a way that you can do that, okay? Yeah, it says if you next write to your loved one as if you were having a conversation, write down their end of the conversation, which will come to you as a physical or mental impression, combined with visions. So yeah, that's a way to do that. How did it do that? Oh, this is stuck together. I'm like, that does not flow well, because it goes to parents. But always remember too to thank Archangel Michael. I always remember, when you do something spiritually, just how you had to do an opening, always do a closing. You always say thank you. I tell everybody, even in the real world, that's why it's so natural for me. I always say thank you for your time, or I appreciate your assistance with this. I hope you have a good day. You always want to have a closing. Always end it. Because if you don't, and you do that, and you go on about your day gonna be funny. Your week might be filled with worry. You understand? Don't ever just allow, you know how when you're talking to somebody on the phone, you hang that thing up. That's what the fuck you gonna do. You hang up the phone. That's what you're doing. I remember when my sister was starting to do it and stuff, and she was doing her thing, and I'm like, you got to do a closing. Oh, sometimes I forget. Nah, you don't forget. If you was talking to a friend in real life, would you just walk off on them without saying bye? It's also respect factor, okay? All right, so I can get done with the rant. All right, Cancer, what's going on with you and your loved one, huh? First card is the loved one. Second card is y'all exchanges. Third card is the future actions between the two of you. Do you know what today is? You got the Fool, 8 of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck is the Hermit. Okay, so we have the Fool here. Now, this tells me you could be dealing with someone who's very, one, they could be young or have a very naive mindset. They could be new to doing this. They could still be thinking, oh, the world is full of peaceful people. Okay, I'm sorry, not trying to make fun of anybody, but the Fool is connected to Uranus, which is Aquarius energy. So you could be dealing with someone that feels just very liberated. Someone that kind of beats to their own drum, do their own thing, that's out to gain all the lessons that life has to offer them. So they do come off a little naive. Like if you're trying to play trickery on them, you might get it because they need to experience that. They need to, you know, up their street life repertoire, because that's really what it is, street smarts that you're learning when people do stuff like that to you. But the way you guys are exchanging between each other, 8 of Pentacles, this tells me that the two of you are working together. The two of you are mastering something individually, but both of you are adding to that growth, if that makes sense. So maybe you might be running a business and this person maybe, you know, if they're running a business, they may be an investor. Do you understand what I'm saying? Somehow the two of you are colliding and learning things together. They may not know that this is your first business, or they may, but you may not know that this is their first time taking on someone to invest in. So for them, this is definitely a first. But for you, this is a first, but you are familiar in the territory that you are in. They're a foreigner in theirs. Do you get what I'm saying? So together, the two of you are working hard and learning each other while you're still magnifying the growth in which what brings y'all together. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, in the future actions between the two of you, you have the Page of Pentacles. Like I said, already covered it. You guys are learning with each other. They're teaching you, you're teaching them. There is growth, valuable growth between the two of you in a very stable union between the two of you, all right? Because you're in the planning stage, you're in the growing stage as far as you guys turning around and investing into something else bigger together that has not come to pass. But will it? Yeah, it can. If business is not the same story for you, take it as it resonates. Basically, the two of you are starting something new together, okay? Baby, it's you. You have Justice, 4 of Cups, Ace of Wands. 2 of Pentacles is here. So what this says to me with the Page of Pentacles, all right, it's definitely give and take between the two of you, but it doesn't seem to really be progressing and going anywhere. There's a spark of new ideas and attraction of trying new things, but an action towards it, not yet. There's still some uncertainty. We have the 4 of Cups here, and then we also have the Hermit here. And you see how both of them are in the meditative yoga, you know, the meditative crisscross applesauce state. It's still a thought, you know. One is still trying to understand and be more familiar in the territory that they're in. And another person does have more ideas and where they want to take things, but they understand they have to have a balance. A balance needs to be established before, like a solid, lucrative balance has to be established before we can venture off and do something new. So say this is in the sense of the two of you dating. You guys are young and you both just start dating and you work together, and you could be working at a cafe. They could be the manager of the cafe and you could just be new crew. You know, before the two of you can go and you could take them to Michigan to meet the parents, or South Dakota to meet the parents, you guys have to establish more solid grounds in which you want this relationship, this union to go. You understand? So it's not something you're just jumping into to go full surface. Is the idea there? Yes. Is it solid and that the two of you want to be connected? Yes. But is it more than just the base of us having a good time, entertaining the customers, doing our job? I make sure I dot my I's and cross my T's. You do the same. Make sure my check clear. And you're going further from there. Do you understand? Do we really want to publicly announce that we have mixed business and pleasure? You know, I can't get ugly, but I mean, if you're mature about it, make it happen, Captain. That storyline. All right, that is what I got for you, Cancer. Work it out. That mediumship, though, it's funny you got that on this reading. You could be dating someone that is outside the race with your family. And this could have been some, you know, a family member that you really admired, and they may not be as accepting as this individual that you have chose to intertwine bloodlines with. That could be why you have mediumship as well. You have some uncertainty here when it comes to this union that you are having. You're on shaky grounds, all right? It's all right. It's all right. Either way, it make you happy, baby. So we are going from Cancer into Leo. Oh, Cancer, that is what I got for you. It was a pleasure reading for you. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Baby, it's you. You're the one I love. All right, Leo. What we got for Leo? What my Cheetos? I need a snack. My Cheetos, my Snickers. I had a snack. Because look, I'm already approaching an hour and y'all, I'm a true Taurus. Okay? Actually, it's important for you to snack like every couple hours or so. Leo. At least it has been for my life. That's probably why I'm a baby now. And no shame in my game either, okay? Power animal. That's interesting. Well, Leo, you are a power animal. You are a lion. Your animal spirit guide is a guardian to you and is helping you with the situation. I must say, this card, I've had these cards about 20 years. Did I even show you a card? Power animal. I had some Cheetos. And I had a Snickers. Where did I leave it? Kitchen table. Go to a location where there are trees or plants so that nature can help you with your journey to meet your power animal. Then close your eyes and breathe deeply as you hold the intention of connecting with the animal who serves as your spirit guide. Imagine yourself in a magical forest calling to your power animal without specifying what type of animal you're expecting. Let yourself see and know the animal who is your guide, and then ask this spiritual being any question you'd like, especially about your connection to nature and the environment. Another way you can do this as well, before you go to bed at night, after you say your prayers, you better be saying your prayers. So after you say your prayers at night, even if you ain't saying prayers, you better be giving gratitude for the day that you had. Find something, you know, air in your lungs. Amen. Limbs at work. Amen. You be grateful for something before you go into sleep. All right. And while you're into, I saw that. While you're asleep, before you go to sleep, you'd write, spirit animal, come to me so that I may see you and meet you and thank you for being with me. And that'll work too. Okay. All right, Leo. Chief Rafiki, who been Lion King to you? Pockets watching like kangaroos. Tell these clowns we enemies. Got enough for that monkey business. I'm so unbothered. I'm so unbothered. Y'all be so pressed. Wow. I'm raising daughters, sons of empires. Y'all make me chuckle. Stay in your struggle. Crystal blue water. Pina colada and Douce Romata and my baby father. Bloodline Rwanda. Why would you try me? Ooh, you got High Priestess. Okay. The Fool. And Queen of Wands. All right. So we have the High Priestess. High Priestess actually calls to Pisces. Oh, I'm sorry. High Priestess is a planetary trump. She calls to the moon. All right. But the moon in tarot and the zodiac trumps is it's card 18 and it is Pisces. All right. But the moon is connected to Cancer. That's why you'll see how Cancer, the fish, and the crab are interchangeable, because they're kind of like one and the same. It's all like putting puzzles together. I love puzzles, but I could talk about that forever. Let's stay on your reading. The High Priestess. The High Priestess is who you're dealing with. So you're dealing with somebody that's highly intuitive, somebody that's very secretive. It could be a Pisces, could be a Cancer, however you resonate with it. But it is an individual that is very reserved. Their feelings do not show outwardly. They kind of tone down the way that they feel about you. They keep it calm and cool. But if y'all cut up in the sheets, you'll understand where you stand with them, okay? Here, this is something new, something fresh, something you're a bit, it's a secret, the two of you. So they could be someone younger than you, but it's giving new energy. This is someone you just started talking to, and you're trying not to feel, you know, you're trying not to look naive. You're trying not to feel stupid. You're still trying to have your cool about you. All right. There was something about the way the two of you connected just seemed kind of weird. Oh, excuse me. Forgive me. Bottom of the deck, you do have Cancerian energy. So the Chariot is the planet, is the zodiac trump to Cancer, and it's the fastest moving card in the deck. So here with the High Priestess going, it's like you feel like it's too good to be true. You're not understanding the balance between the two of you. Like, how do we mesh so well? Is this real or is it fake? You know, there's a lot of uncertainty there when it comes to the union between the two of you, because everything happens so fast. It felt like home. I'm surprised when you got the Six of Cups out here, because I just feel like this is my person. How the outcome for the two of you is the Queen of Wands, which is Jupiter energy. That is Sagittarius. It is, oh, excuse me. Look at me jumping the gun. It's not Sagittarius. It's Aries. But the fact that I did feel like it makes me, I mean, there's big energy. There's a lot of expansion. There's a lot of growth, there's movement. You guys could be traveling together. You guys could just feel so aligned. Like, they get me, I get them. Like, it's meant to be. But here, there's a lot of attraction, a lot of love. You guys command attention when you walk in the room. There's no question to the two of you's union. You do have a strong influence on everyone around you. Well, you just fell out. 8 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, and Strength. That 4 of Cups keep coming out, huh? Bottom of the deck is the Hanged Man. What does it say? The Hanged One. In this deck, it's called the Hanged One. That is cute. You'll see it all kind of ways. But the 8 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, and the Strength. All right. So this is interesting. Why? It's interesting because you have to, it's like you usually don't fall head over heels. You know, you might get other people like that, but you don't get like that. And this person has really got you googly over them. Like, you feel, you know, it's a crush, and it's more than just a crush because you obtained them. Like, this is your person, and you are having to master keeping your emotions under control, so you're not coming off as weak, because you don't want to be played, but you don't want to seem uninterested too. Like, you don't want these things. You just kind of want to move things slowly, a slow progress. That 4 of Cups is kind of like one that is putting a pause to the courageous energy of the Strength card. All right, you're kind of putting a pause, kind of waiting, and you want to see how things turn out more, because sometimes maybe you have experienced this, Leo, where things do seem too good to be true. Like, things just tend to turn to, you know, I fall in for them and then they kind of backstab me. Something comes up that, you know, they kind of you know, shank me, so to speak. And you don't want to look like this because this is just really good. And you just want to ride the ride of this honeymoon that you guys got going on. But the truth is, they feel the same way about you. But here, you can't allow the emotions, the Five of Cups and the Hermit. Oh, I said I'm surprised we don't see the Six of Cups. There you go. You cannot allow this, the past, to interfere with your future. Easier said than done, honey. You're talking to the choir. But it does show that you're going inside trying to process this, so your pain, your discomfort and distaste does not bleed into this union that you have with that person. So kudos to you. I do appreciate that, and I want to acknowledge that, because a lot of people don't really acknowledge that when that happens with individuals. But you are changing your ways. You are morphing into the person that you see yourself and know yourself to be. And falling weak and allowing these things to hinder you, you're not about that. You're about progressing and being better and going for what you want, free of restrictions. You understand? All right, Leo, that is what I got for you. I really hope that this reading helped you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. All right, after Leo, it's Virgo. Okay, I gotta get some kind, because my mouth needs a, all right. Oh, I ate all the Mike and Ike's. I did. I'm gonna have to pause because I gotta get it. I'm sure my husband is probably at some point in his game. He don't want to be interrupted. Ooh, them things are slick. Oh, who is that? I know hurt. We're gonna go into Virgo. I'm doing this shuffle before I pause this and go get it. Hold on. I know pain. That was past life. I know. Confusion. All right. Hold on. Haha. Told y'all. Why I'm saying haha like y'all care. I have to wash my hands too. But this is actually really long. But someone said this. I just said but like 3 times. 4 now. Anywho. Contrary. No. It's a rebuttal. Anywho. I got my honey because my throat was hurting. I had to get a soda. I told you I was eating Snickers. I should have just kept this pause. Why am I doing this? Probably because I was sitting down and I have to lean forward and get it. I have been craving this because I have had an upset stomach. Anybody do them Serene? The Serene cleanse? That's what I've been doing. Was it Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday? I lasted 11 days. Y'all, when you take it, this is a side note. Sorry, you don't want to hear this, but when you take the Serene, yo, I literally have to do it like this. You have to hold your nose. I do, because just the smell of it makes me vomit. Hold my nose. I take it, chug it in the back of my throat. I swallow it. I rinse out my measuring spoon really quick. Put the top back on. I do this all with one hand, just like this. I twist it. And then I take a bottle of water. I already have the bottle of water and the mouthwash set. I am not BSing you. So I have the mouthwash in the cup. I have a bottle of water cap already off. And I have my toothbrush already with the toothpaste on it because it's a remedy. And this does work. And you just hold your nose and you swallow that and then rinse it off so you ain't got to smell it. But I hold my nose the whole time. Maybe I'm just extra. And you will take the bottle of water, chug it. You drink, breathe through your mouth. You know, after you drink half the bottle. And drink while you hold your nose. You hold your nose the whole time. You do not. hold your nose. You continue to hold your nose the whole time. And then you gotta, once you swallow that real good, take you a couple more deep breaths, and you take your mouthwash, put it in the back of your mouth and start goggle. You goggle real good. Close your mouth, you know, and it's hard. You be about to choke. But you calm your mouth down and settle the mouthwash. And then you breathe through it. And then you close your mouth. You do it as long as you can. And then you spit it out. You get the water going. Brush your teeth. Why are you holding your nose? Hold your nose. It helps when you hold your nose. And then you brush your teeth real good. Wash your tongue real good. I'm talking about in the gums, everywhere. Wash it all because you don't want to taste it at all. You want it all to go in your tummy. None of it is left in your mouth. And you rinse your mouth out real good. Still while you're holding your nose. And then once I got done with that, took a couple deep breaths in my mouth. You know, inhale, exhale through my mouth, and then I let go. And a burp gonna come up. When that burp come up, start to let the burp, it start to come up. Hold your nose and burp. And then rush and go eat something. Eat something. It don't matter what you eat, just eat it. And you eat it. And you good. You might get a burp. And it might be mixed with a little bit. You could, that I could tolerate. That'd be the first one and the only one. Besides that first burp when I first finished. Yes. And you could take it. And if you look in the boo-boo, you gonna boo-boo. Like clean it. It cleans you out. Oh yes. Oh yes. Hey, hey, man. Hey, hey, man. Because you're going to be crying in that toilet. But it's good for you. They clean you all out. I can't take it. I found out this morning why. But I woke up one night. This was Thursday night. Well, really, it was Friday morning. It was at the 2 o'clock morning. And while I go in the bathroom ready to vomit, nothing was coming out. And I like calmed myself down. But, yeah. There's no playing. It's real. And it stank. So bad. So bad. Who came up with that? They was like, we know where to get your bowels going. And if you look at the ingredients, I think it's called senna. That senna is a laxative that makes you go. You have moringa. And your skin, like of course I wash my face, but I have nothing on my face. And like you could see, because I even saw it in the other video that I was doing, how my eyes was just so dark. And it wasn't just because of lighting. I was really just really dark. And it clear you up, it brighten you up. That moringa actually is supposed to like reverse your aging. They put black seed oil. There's a lot of stuff in it. It's supposed to be good for you. It's nasty. But I will say, my tummy was round. I was walking around here looking like I'm pregnant, and I ain't. And that was starting to really bother me. So I took it. Yeah. And it worked. Beautifully. Hot tower. Amen. King's Tower. Amen. Hot showers. I ain't seen that in years. You ever did that? You ever like think about stuff that you ain't thought about or seen in years, but as soon as you hear it, like it just come to you like this? I'll never forget, for the longest time I felt like Like, dang, there's something really wrong with me. Because I always had like music playing. Like, the randomest sound would bring like music to me. And actually, I'm gonna give y'all a tip. If you hang around somebody, and say y'all don't communicate well, like y'all don't communicate like that, and you want to know about this person, play the radio. Anytime I'm around people, I never play my phone. I don't play Sirius XM, none of that. I play regular radio. And I let the radio play. And then the song that stands out the most to me. Yes. The song that stands out most to me, I remember that song. You don't have to be like, oh, I remember that song. No, it'll be a song that stands out to you. As in when you and that person will part ways, where you get out their car, they got your car. And, or if you go in a restaurant and they play music or something, pay attention to the song that sticks out to you and read those lyrics and stuff. And then think about that person. Like, what was y'all talking about in that moment and stuff like that. You ain't got to think hard. It'll just come to you. I've always done that. But I remember I used to think, like, man, I'm really weird. And I was like, fuck it. Nikola Tesla was weird. And everybody and their mama know his name. And, you know, because I actually really love Nikola Tesla. But, I shouldn't say love. I admire him. I'm talking to my mom. You took my food. Anyways. But, yeah. I came across this meme one day. And it said, for those of you who have music playing in your head, be grateful for that. Because God ain't blessed everybody with a jukebox. Y'all have no idea how good that made me feel. Because sometimes I see people and I think of a song. I love music. Oh, excuse me. Even like melodies. Like, if I meet somebody. Oh, my favorite tune come on. If that plays in my ear, that's a good person. For me. I don't know what it is for you. But yeah, or the artists that come to mind when I see them, I always think like that. Or sometimes, I bit my lip. Sometimes like sometimes it'll be like a movie that'll come to mind, an artist that'll come to mind, a poem that'll like come to mind or something. And I'm like, okay. It gives you a little insight on a person. A lot of people are like, oh, you're so quiet. I am. When I get to know you now, I talk, but that Mercury get activated. Oh, I should have put these in a different bag. I love these. My husband took me to the store this morning. I wanted some fish and not just any fish. I wanted these fish patties, the cod crispy fish patties in the yellow bag. And I wanted a French roll. And I needed some Sprite. And I'll show you Cheetos. Because we're not going grocery shopping like that. We just ran through the store real quick. For my cravings. My husband had a Hot Pocket. My kids really like them. I used to make them homemade for them. Like I said, I guess in a sense, I kind of got a little way boner. I didn't bring that back because I used to not buy little convenient foods like that. I would just make it all. Anywho. But my husband had one. Poppy said, what the fuck they putting on? It tore me up. So now we're on strike. We can't buy them for the house anymore. Because it made him sick. He was like, they don't even taste the same. I said, no, they don't. And they don't. They don't taste the same no more. They ain't tasted the same for a long time. But the way they're making it now, and then I watched, because when his stomach messed up, I watched and waited. And my kids was going to the bathroom a lot too. And I said, oh, it's really not. But they got used to it. Like, I didn't start buying convenience foods. Now it's gonna sound like a long time to like, what we in 2026? Yeah, it's been 7 years. Cause I ain't started buying it till they got in like about the double digits. Hmm. I never gave my kids convenience foods. Well, frozen pizza was a convenient food, and I used to have frozen pizzas for us. But yeah. Okay. I said a little snack. I'm over here eating this like a meal. We about to have lunch anyways. It's 11:47. But today I'm gonna have a Subway sandwich. Usually I have tacos with my husband, but I'm not. I want me a steak and cheese, extra steak. Is that even real steak that they use? I ain't stop eating that because I don't like the taste of their bread like that, but I just eat it. But I get that with cheese. And I put lettuce, spinach, cucumber, pickle, banana peppers, tomato, vinegar. Oh, I love the vinegar. Now I top it with some mayo, mustard, extra mustard. With some oregano. He sprinkled that right on them. You probably knew that. He sprinkled that oregano on them. It'd be so good. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, well, every now and then I get onions and bell peppers. I don't always get it though. But it'd be good. It'd be real good. All right. I'm right here supposed to give y'all terror. I'm give y'all a break. Well, this is a long one. I really ain't been liking chocolate like that. I've been eating on this. This is a shareable one. As you see, I've already eaten one. And this is like 3/4 of the other one. And I bought this. Today's Saturday. I bought it like Wednesday. And I love, you know, especially anything with nuts. Oh my God. But I don't know, I've been like baby eating that. That Serena do that to you too. You won't really crave sweets, but I did a couple reads yesterday. And I needed Mike and Ike's. I needed just something chewy. So I went and got my berry mix. That's my favorite Mike and Ike. My dad, not my father, my dad. He a Leo. The Leo. He loved Mike and Ike. Or at least he used to. Right? And he'll get the... Because I don't have nothing. I should have. But he like the green pack, the original. I remember when I was younger, he came home with the blue pack. It was a berry mix. He said, "You like berries, you want this?" And he was bringing me home. He used to bring me home a snack. When he get something from the store, he always got me a snack. I'm telling you, as you get grown, you think about the little things. And he used to do that. My husband started coming home and he'll bring me a sneaker bar. And when he did that, it triggered that memory for me. I'm like, I forgot my dad used to do that. He's like, oh, yeah, I went to the vending machine and I got this and I thought you might like this. Or he'll stop at M&Z, the corner store. And on the way coming home from work, he used to stop there on the way going to work because he'll get lunch. He'll get some Cuban sandwiches. And he'll go to work. And then when he got off from work, they stop at the store again. He'll get his beers, because my dad used to drink beers to go to sleep. And he get like his beers, his cigarettes, and like a snack. And he brought me home that blue. I tore that blue box up. I was eating them, and I just kept eating them. They were so good. That was the first time I ever had them, because, oh, I think that's why he got them too, because I had been able at the 7-Eleven. They didn't have my, I had ended up getting hooked on the original Jolly Rancher Chews. Anybody know them? The original Jolly Rancher Chews were thick. They were real big squares. They were so thick, you put it in your mouth and smash it, and it coated the top of your mouth. They were so good, the original ones. These new little skinny anorexic ones, no. That was not what they had before. When they first came out, they were some jumbo Jolly Rancher ones. Jumbo, I loved them. And they didn't have them at the store. So I hadn't been getting a snack. And he ended up seeing this berry mix of the Mike and Ike. And that's how he brought it home to me that day. Well, I fell in love with them. They're my favorite ones. Anywho, all right, let's get back to y'all reading. Put my... Did y'all see me just hit my teeth with that? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I hit my teeth. All right, let's go. Take off. No limit to the money. To the money. All right. Don't tell me, but we left off on Virgo. And I think the card while I was shuffling was past life, but I put it back because I wasn't sitting here doing it at the time I was getting up. I knew I was going to eat these chips. Well, look at that. I did a little hang time with me while I did these, what is that? Ear chakra. Oh, I've gotten this one. Notice messages that appear as sounds, music, and words from both external sources and within your mind. These messages are real answers to your prayers. The one I just talking about sounds and stuff. That's what you got, Virgo. Ear chakra. So the action that you would do here, sit somewhere calm and peaceful and just listen. Now, if you are interested in being a tarot reader, I'm going to tell you one of the greatest techniques you can do. Sit in a space and listen to outside. Don't zone into one sound. Like if you hear a bird, don't just pay attention to the bird chirping. If you can hear the wind blowing, don't just pay attention to the wind and the tree sound. Take in everything and just listen. Even the cars that ride by. Just pay attention. When you do that, even if you just do it for 5-10 minutes, you are clearing your mind. You're becoming more conscious of the sounds that you hear. And it does work. You will hear the smallest stuff. And you think because I hear so good, my ass won't talk so loud, but I still do. Anywho, so Virgo, that's what you want to do. Listen. Y'all are good observers, but observing and listening can be, two different things. But just listen. Actually, Virgos be like the fly on the wall. Y'all peep everything. But anywho, one of y'all ain't, or a group of y'all ain't, because y'all wouldn't have got that ear chakra. Or because I referenced that, the movies, the shows, the radio and stuff like that. Maybe you really needed to hear that, because maybe you might be a person that already do that. And you're like, why do I do that? Pay attention to the song. There was this dude. If I would talk to people and like say I'm really interested in somebody, I'll ask them like their favorite, like what kind of music you listen to. They'll say like hip hop or rap. Most guys will say rap music. You'd be like, oh, really? What's your, favorite rapper? Oh, I like a few of them. Well, how about top 3? Pay attention to the top 3 that they pick. And just pick, 2 listen to two of their most popular songs. And don't just listen to the songs, read the lyrics too. Because to me, if a person is spending time and that's their jam, that's what get them hyped, motivated, or it's a deep, get them in a trance of thought or a feel of kind of utopia. Because that's what music really does to you. It kind of opens you up, make you feel good, That says a lot. They resonate with that individual, which means they may have a common spirit that they resonate with that. But hopefully you get what I'm saying. Do that and it will highlight a lot for you with the person. I've always done that. Even I'm talking about with friends, co-workers and stuff. If you hear somebody, they pull up and they got a car and they jamming music. Oh, who was that? Sound good. Even if it didn't sound good to you, they was coming to work pumped up off of that. Pay attention to that. There's reason for it. Everything that we do, there's a reason for it. Why you think finding out what we like and what we don't like and stuff like that, it's valuable. It shows. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't like statistics and categories. Yeah, you don't like it. But it's there for a reason. They have some truth for it to, transpire the way that it did and affect people the way that it did. All right, so what's going on with you and your lover? First card is going to tell us about your person. Second card is going to tell us about y'all exchanges. Third card is going to tell us about y'all future actions. Where y'all going in the future. Oh, all right. You have 10 of Pentacles, Virgo. So 10 of Pentacles. One, you could be dealing with another Virgo like yourself. But 10 of Pentacles aims to Mercury and Venus. All right. So you could be dealing... One, you are already in a relationship. I say that because you have the Lovers here. So definitely you are spiritually in line with this person. You got your energy, which is Mercury, and then you got your twin, the Lovers. The Lovers is a zodiac trump, and that is Gemini. So off rip, you are in a strong bond connection with the person that you are with. You are very deeply in love with this person. Now, this is somebody that takes care of home. I could be channeling my own husband right now. Only because he's a Virgo, I'm his Taurus, I am an earth sign. And yeah, when I did use that example, when he comes home, keep everything copacetic, but let's speak in general as well. So this is someone you have strong stability with. This is someone you have a foundation with, someone you trust, someone you are vulnerable with. This is your person. So you may do one thing, no matter what you do and what they do, both of you complement each other, all right? This is somebody that has the same goals, wealth goals as you. They share the same aspirations of life with you. When you get a 10 of Pentacles describing a person that you're dealing with, this is a person that materially aligns with you. So universally, anything in this earthly realm, when they're represented by the pentacle, health wise, this is somebody that's dependable, somebody reliable, somebody that's very resourceful. It's also a person that looks internal before they look for external assistance. Okay. Now here we have the Lovers. So again, I already talked about it. This is your person. Y'all are very connected, very in tune with one another. When you have the Lovers showing the way that you two engage, the two of you, you know this person. You've invested a lot of time with them. You could feel like you've known them in lives before this one. Okay. Now, where you guys are going, honey, you have a beautiful long journey because you're being crowned with Virgo energy. It is mutable. The Knight of Pentacles is mutable energy because this young man, which is the Knight's young masculine energy, is transforming into the King. And in order for him to transform into a king, he must overcome many obstacles as a young man, which will build him to the foundation of becoming an actual valuable man in his community, a reliable, dependable individual within his community. In order to run a kingdom, he must understand all different facets of the world and also be willing and receptive of learning new things. You understand? So he's transforming himself, mutating into the King. So this is Virgo energy. Let's clarify this. What it says for the outcome of the two of you, you have a very long, promising relationship. The two of you also are going to be encountering pretty soon some solid foundation. Oh, what is that? That's Elon Musk. I'm thinking, who is that walking? That's Elon Musk that I just saw. So your person could be creating something that's very financially lucrative for the family. I'm talking about for generations to come. Yeah, if that happened, hey, you remember me. Just let me know. Be like, girl, you said it. You know, every now and then people want to know. Get them their amen. Okay. There's some change. Slow down. You have a Page of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Tower. This is somebody, with this being crowned on the Knight of Pentacles, this is somebody, or you and your person, y'all are transforming into an energy. I feel like it's you, Virgo. You're going to be doing something that's very catastrophic in people's eyes, because didn't Elon Musk just become a trillionaire? Like the first trillionaire in America or something like that? Either way, you have the Knight and the Page. So you're learning something. There's something you are learning and you're going to be in control of. You're going to get some kind of idea. Something's going to happen. Your brain, the wires is going to be going. You're going to create something that is very substantial for the environment that you work in. So if you work in technology, it's going to be substantial in technology. I say that because we were talking about Elon Musk. And I think I did say something earlier about Nikola. And, you know, he also admired Nikola Tesla because he named his cars Tesla in honor of Nikola Tesla. So you could be doing something like that. Hell, you probably could be getting employed by Nikola Tesla. You never know. But the message here is that you and your family are journeying your family onto a very financially lucrative outcome. Okay? As in the generational wealth for you guys. You guys are creating that. That's beautiful, baby. Claim that reader. I'm claiming it. Yeah. What's the bottom here? 10 of Pentacles again. Yes. Did I even show you these cards? Slow down. I just want to get to know you. See, you have the Page of Pentacles. Seizing an opportunity. Observing or acknowledging an opportunity. Learn about it, making yourself equipped for it. The Emperor, taking control of that, as in putting yourself in a leadership role. And it's going to be catastrophic, not in a negative way, a very good way. And I say a very good way because we are crowning the Knight of Pentacles. And this shows a financial surprise. We don't have any of the swords here that can gear us to something else. Let's see if I would have pulled another one. 10 of Wands. So much money, you don't know what to do with it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. 6 of Swords. Creating. Ooh, and the, well, hey, you make that much money. Who say you can't play with the devil? Okay. It does show a bit of an ego. Well, why wouldn't you? You do something like that. Why wouldn't you change? Hey, the change in that walk might be a little different. Virgos are still quite humble, although my uncle, I found it interesting when I saw him come into abundance. I'm talking about great abundance. He changed the trajectory of his family's life, but he didn't marry the right one. And he never took heed to what people said about that either. And I wasn't wishing bad on him. Even as a kid, I could tell he was a Virgo, or he is a Virgo, and she is a Sagittarius. And that relationship, he was more into it than she was. She was more with him because he wouldn't stop courting her or leaving her alone. And then she ended up getting pregnant with his baby. But yeah, they're not together to this day. But they have most of their kids together. So yeah. Be careful who you marry. Be careful who you align with, because that could change the trajectory of your life. Or maybe you was destined to be that way in anyways. We have so many paths that we can go through, so many decisions that we can make in life, that your life can turn at any point. You know what I mean? Slow down. I just want to get to know you. All right, we're going into Libra. Virgo, that is what I got for you. That was a beautiful reading, honey. Look out for that. There's going to be some kind of rapid change. Mars is coming through, and that Mars energy twice. Hey, when Mars comes through, he does kick shit up, but for good reason. Remember that. So here we go. Libra, 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 Libra. What's the message for Libra? All right, Libra. Cancel, clear, delete. Let me tell you something. This card says use only positive words and thoughts as they're rapidly manifesting into form. Ask the angels to cancel the effects of past negative thinking. This is clear, cancel, delete. What you would do is if you say anything negative about yourself, you take your wrist, your two fingers, you go from your wrist down to this fingertip, and you say clear, cancel, delete. As in you are forgiving yourself in the negativity that you have verbally released into the universe. All right, because what you put out comes back. You don't want that. Libra, this is about you and your lover. I just want to get to know you. Oh, it's already 12:07. Okay, Libra, I'm going to do you. Then I'm going to have to pause this because I got to eat my food. Now, I ain't going to eat it on here. I might. But I do have to place this order because we got to have lunch. Pretty round thing looks good to me. Never seen anything so lovely. You have 3 of Pentacles, the Emperor, and 5 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, you have the Chariot. The Chariot is loving the bottom of the deck, ain't it? Excuse me. Okay, Libra, you could be dealing with a Capricorn. You could definitely be dealing with another Cardinal like yourself. A Cardinal energy is you, Libra, Capricorn, Aries, and Cancer. Those are the 4 cardinal signs, okay? So this could be somebody that you're working with. You could also be dealing with someone who does well in a crowd, but a person that's very focused on their money. I will say, too, this could be someone that does something and is very invested in it, but probably gets bored pretty quickly. So they probably don't stay at the same job for a long time. They're constantly switching things up. Anywho, also what I just got, you could be dealing with someone you used to talk to one person, then you turned around and now you're talking to a friend of that one person. So it could be something like a love triangle too. That is the image that I just got. The way that 2 of you intertwine with one another, you have the Emperor. With having the Emperor representing how the 2 of you engage, it's a very dominating energy. It's very aggressive. It's very intense. It's kind of like let's say monumental. How about that? It has a very big impact, not just on you, but people around you. I will say too, it gives the energy that maybe one feels more dominant over the other, which is not good. If you have 2 cardinal signs and you both, I mean, you can't have 2 captains on the ship. So one must what are they called? Co-captain, co-pilot, something like that. You got a doctor, you must have a nurse. You know, you got to have balance. Because without having balance and each person trying to look at the same goal and the same mission, you have to have someone else that's an advisor, someone else that has strength where you lack, strength in those qualities, in certain qualities. You must have strength in your weaknesses. You understand? And that's why I say it takes a village. And there's also multiple people that look at the same thing because each set of eyes is not perceiving things the same way. All right. Now, the outcome is the 5 of Wands. I can see y'all bumping heads over this. I can see y'all want to have a successful relationship, but actually being at odds with one another because you're not seeing eye to eye. And you ain't seeing eye to eye because everybody thinks they're right. Everyone feels like they are in control, and that can bring great complications. We're going to clarify this 5 of Wands, okay? Never seen anything so lovely. Oh, I think I'm gonna make that. I might have to use less eggs. I'm thinking about this caramel apple salad I'm about to make. And I might have to make it with less eggs because I got duck eggs. I don't have regular like store eggs. That's because, honey, it's farmer season. Farmer market season. Let me clear. Oh, I saw you turn. We have the 4 of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands, and the 6 of Swords. Bottom of the clarifier is 10 of Pentacles. Now look here. this is ultimately showing someone's got to surrender. It's either someone has to surrender, and I don't mean like bow down and, oh, you won, white flag. It's like someone has to calm down that aggression in this. You have to calm it down for the simple fact, yeah, Libra, you're an air sign, so that is masculine energy. And Capricorn is the representation of the card that we have here. And it's in second decan. So I want you to know Venusian energy is there. They have Saturn and Venusian there, but they are slower to soften than you are. You understand? Because you are entirely Venus. They are, in this representation of the card that they are Saturn and Capricorn, because it's second Saturn and Venus, because it's second decan Capricorn. You understand? So what that means is you're not being a coward or bowing out. You're understanding, okay, I need to lead still, because in a dynamic of a relationship, both people are leading. It's just both people aren't at the wheel at the same time. So sometimes one has to get up and surrender, the authority role, so the other one can take over, because maybe aggression or discipline needs to be replaced with compassion and maybe an assertive approach, but in a softer manner. Do you understand? Now, when you have the Four of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, and the Six of Swords, there's stability there, right? But it's giving the need, again, like I just said, 10 of Wands, she's walking off and trying to, this one is feeling burdened. I'm holding on to this and constantly trying to stand my ground and keep things together this way and stand my ground and be myself. I have to relinquish the identity of self and merge with my person. And I need to see where that would fit in the format of this relationship. By doing that, you will create a new destination for the two of you to go, or this relationship will burn out. You don't necessarily want it to burn out, but there's a lot of strong emotions. And you'll continue the cycle. This is at the top of the deck. If I would have pulled the fourth card, you will continue the cycle because the love ain't going nowhere. You keep thinking, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, you right. I was right. Let's give. Because Libra, you will surrender on the outside, but you will rebuttal. Okay. And try to come back and make it better. There's nothing wrong with that. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with it. But acknowledging one's flaws and not repeating the same mistakes is what's essential here. And I think you got that cancel, clear, delete card because you ain't doing nothing wrong. You're doing nothing wrong. You just need to understand how to alter your talents, not change, not give them up, but present them in another way that is not coming like you're knocking horns with your person. All right. That is what I got for you. It is a very promising relationship. You have 10 of Pentacles at the bottom. You got the 6 of Cups. And you also have the 3 of Wands. That's a beautiful pair right now. You guys are learning from each other. There is growth here. Expansion opportunities are very beneficial within this union. And, you have that connection. But somewhere along the line, somebody has to be like, all right. You know how you can be arguing with somebody and be like, no, I'm not apologizing till they say sorry. That's the energy is given. I'm standing my ground to, you stand your ground. I'm not going to give up. You don't want to do that. In a relationship, that's the beautiful part. And if you've never seen the Cosby Show, watch it. Or The Family Matters, watch it. And watch how, what was in Harriet? Harriet was in Family Matters. And what else did I just give you? It just left my mind that quick. Claire Huxtable and Harriet Winslow, the way that they handle their man. That is how you handle your man in a relationship. Seriously. To make it work. Because he is the leader. That is his job. And I know women be like, no, I lead this. That's true. But how that relationship working out? Okay, I'll see you later, bitch. Okay. All right. That is what I got for you, Libra. I will see you in your next reading. I hope it helps. All right, Scorpio. So let's see what is going on with you. First, we're going to pull an oracle card. Well, there's that past life again. So past life issue. This situation has a basis in one of your previous lifetimes. Ask your angels to help you remember, release, learn, and heal from your past experiences, okay? So what you're experiencing in this connection with your person, you have also experienced in the past life. So you could be with someone that traveled on here with you during this lifespan too. People be thinking that's far-fetched, but it ain't. You never, I mean, so many people, it's so weird. You'll talk to people and you'll be like, you'll find out how you guys cross paths. Like, I'm from Florida, and kind of find out my husband actually visited Florida, and he used to frequent Florida back when we were younger. But then get this, we ended up going to school. My first year there was his last year there. We actually did cross paths in the school, but we wasn't, you know, he only held the door open for me. And I remember him. He stood out to me, but then I forgot about him. And then come to find out, both of us tried to enlist in the military. And he basically, we didn't end up going. Both was involving tests, but two different tests. Well, actually, mine wasn't involving tests. Mine was because I kind of, at that time, I had lied. I had to go and get something else done because I passed mine. He passed his too, but he didn't pass the other one, you know. So let's see what's going on with you. And that's just in our life story here. And then sometimes dreams. It's funny. You have dreams that seem to have common messages between the two. And you'll do things that just seem familiar. It don't make sense at first, but it's like, it makes you think about, what was that thing called? West something? There was this weird show called West something, where they were like robots and they unalived them, but the robots started remembering past lives and stuff like that. They was recycling the bodies and stuff. And yeah, that's kind of weird to think about, but it's like, those people know what they be telling us. You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason for everything. Okay, so you too, like Libra, you got Capricorn, all right? You got the Three of Pentacles. So this is someone that you work with, someone you collab ideas with to bring into fruition, or you guys work, you know, clock in at the same job. What I'm thinking about right now is Amazon. Like, you guys, you might stow together, you might pull together, you know. They might work one level and you work the other, but somehow, you know, when you guys do the meet, I forgot what it's called when you guys do the collab thing. Yeah, you might cross paths with them there. Anywho, this is somebody you have a common goal with. It could be a Capricorn. It could be, I would just say somebody that's financially driven. You know what I mean? And here, what you have, the way that you, I already know that I said ideas. You have Ace of Wands. I will say the two of you are just very attracted to one another, but I do not feel like the two of you are physically involved. I think the desire is there between the two of you. You might crush on one another. Y'all might break at the same time together. You know what I mean? You might pass jokes, do subtle flirting, but I don't think the two of you are actually in, you know what I mean? The outcome, we have the Four of Cups. Now, with the outcome being the Four of Cups, it's telling me it's very stagnant energy. We're going to clarify that Four of Cups, but it's saying it's something that you're thinking about. The opportunity is there, but you're not seizing that moment, all right? This is the Four of Cups. So let's clarify. It was the 17th, 1 week before the day you were born. I've been making big plans just for a month. Trying to make this perfect baby you ever had. Showed you that you're my baby. Who is that? Why her? Why her? Did I get on your nerves? That's Monica. Why her? To think you put her first. You wanna come back, but I gotta know. Thought she was all that, then why you at my door? All right, you might be holding on to a past relationship. We have, Five of Wands, Four of Cups again, and the King of Pentacles. Yes, Scorpio, I think you are holding on to a past relationship, or you're not yet finished with that chapter. So you're not necessarily interested in starting something new, but the desire is there. You could have been entangled between these two individuals in the past life too. You know, you could have been interested in that person. That one probably was your main person, and this was another person that you probably was friends with that courted you, and you probably didn't give it any acknowledgement. That's why this could feel kind of weird to you. It's given like a very surreal feeling that you have around this individual, and there's nothing wrong with that. But having the Four of Cups here twice, the Four of Cups clarifying, the Four of Cups really magnifies it. It's very stagnant energy. It's like you want to, but you really don't want to invest in it emotionally right now. Bottom of the deck is Eight of Cups. Yep, you don't really want to be involved with anyone emotionally. And the bottom of this is Page of Wands. But this one could be fun. This could be a roller coaster that I may enjoy. Only you can address that. But what I will say is the fact that you have in the past life, did I even read it to you? The exercise that you can do to help you with this. Because we can carry burdens. You know what's interesting? There's this song called Wounds in the Way, okay? And with the song Wounds in the Way, she highlights how sometimes we carry pain genetically. We carry issues from family line. They ain't even our own wounds that we're holding on to. It just passes down because it was that impactful on the bloodline and we haven't processed it. That's why it's our opportunity to process pains that we have, because if you don't, you do pass it down to your children and XYZ. You know what I mean? All right. So it says, people from your past life are making themselves known to you in this lifetime. They include a soulmate and family members, all with whom you share karmic ties. In the past, these relationships may have been painful, but now is your opportunity to balance that karma and break the reincarnation cycle if you choose. So action steps, you have Archangel Raziel. I like how they put here so you can pronounce it properly, which means the secrets of God. Is the angel who helps you understand, assimilate, and heal your past life memories. Go to a quiet place and say aloud or silently, Archangel Raziel, I call upon you now. Please help me understand. Then you're going to describe your current situation or question by guiding and healing me through my past experiences and relationships. I ask that you help me balance all karma with everyone involved in this situation in all directions of time. Raziel, please help me uncover, heal, and release any old buried pain now and forever. Thank you. So by doing that, sit somewhere calm and let this process. I mean, this could be something, if you don't believe in past lives, if you want it to be more relatable, this could be something that's happening right now. It's a past relationship that could follow you for the rest of your life. This pain could be that intent for you, and it would be burdensome. And if you don't shake this off and heal this wound, patch it up. I mean, you probably are patching it up, but it's more internal than that. Really, you got to dive deep into pain and process. And Scorpio, you're known for doing it. I'm a Scorpio. I have heavy Scorpio on my chart. I'm a Taurus sun, but I have heavy Scorpio on my chart. Anywho, by diving deep into the situation and really healing from it will help you moving forward within your life. Because you got to understand, the pain of love affects us in all degrees of our life. A lot of us think it's just regular relationships. It's not just regular relationships. It's all relationships. It's all engagements. It's all encounters that we have with other human beings and even animals, okay? So you want to fix that within yourself. I know you'd be like, oh, I'm broken, I need to be fixed. Honey, you're wounded and you need to be healed. And a lot of people need to acknowledge that other people can't heal us. Because some girls, it's a trick ass saying that say, in order to get over one man, you got to get under a new one. Like that don't help. That's just packing pain on top of pain. Because if you don't process it, it's still going to harbor and it festers up in reality in the littlest things. You got to heal that to move forward. But this person here, is there something serious? The fact you have Page of Wands clarifying the bottom, you have King of Cups. I mean, what they say to you, they do mean, because King of Cups is scorpionic energy. And you also have the Four of Swords. But the truth here is that They are someone fun, but we can't really get past that shadow feeling that you're having, that clouded pain that you have undergoing, because you got to heal that in order to really see the next person clear. But I mean, you know, if you got to knock your socks off, you ain't got no toy to buzz it out for you. I ain't the one to tell you not to play. Okay, that is what I got for you, Scorpio. I will see you in your next reading. Bye. Hello, Sagittarius. What I look like, y'all. Don't even talk about it. All right, Sagittarius. Let's get you an Angel Therapy Oracle card. If you want to know, that sandwich was so good. It really was. Angel Oracle for Sagittarius. Workshops and seminars. Attending and giving speeches is part of your spiritual path and purpose. Be open to teaching and learning, okay? Let's see the actions for you on this. Visualize yourself conducting a workshop for a group of appreciative individuals who are smiling receptively at you. Feel yourself confidently receiving divine information, which you impart to your audience members. Continue with this visualization by seeing and feeling additional positive details. When you feel complete, say, "Thank you, universe, for my wonderful experiences, giving workshops for people who receive blessings from the teachings that come through me." Okay? Boom, boom. It's all about visualization for you. Trusting your gut and everything that you have learned, Sagittarius. Each one teach one. So spread it around. And those people take that with them. And the cycle continues. Look at you, making society a better place. Okay? I gotta stop that. All right, this reading is about the person you are dealing with or a love interest, okay? So the first card is the person you're dealing with. The second card is how the two of you interact with one another. And the third card is the future, the forward movement between the two of you, okay? Mine has real life. I ate that damn sandwich with them chips. I had sour cream. I had salt and vinegar. And then get this, my husband, we was watching Better Call Saul, and they were eating chips. The dude was eating sour cream and onion and salt and vinegar chips. Was that season 3, episode 3, I want to say, or episode 4. And it was when Jimmy got out of jail. And he's sitting next to the dude. And my husband's like, "Oh, yeah, I just remembered." He grabs a bag of salt and vinegar chips and tosses them at me. He remembered that he brought me chips. Okay, so I done jumped the gun and just laid all your cards out. Baby, let me tell you something. Ain't nothing better than an iPhone. You hear me? This thing stayed on. It's been 4 hours. And it stayed paused, yeah. You could say, "Oh, all of my stuff is off." Okay. 7 of Swords. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, or you could be dealing with somebody that's very reserved, someone that's very private about their life. 7 of Swords represents someone who has kind of like a sneaky element to them, someone who is mind over action, really. Like, well, I shouldn't say that, because their thoughts, the way that they move, when they move heavy, but they plot, okay? 7 of Swords is the 3rd decan of Aquarius, so you are looking at Uranus and Venus energy here. All right, so think about it as a person that, well, what I get is just someone that's very reserved. They're very poised in nature too. Like, this is not a person that's very flamboyant or anything. This could be also someone that you talk to on the low. 6 of Pentacles. This is a person that's very financially beneficial for you too. I don't feel like like you leech off them, but I do feel like y'all exchange is of give and take. It's under mutual agreement. You understand? It's of material means, like you guys exchange favors with one another. If you two are in a relationship and you're dealing with someone that's very private, this could, the Seven of Swords can represent that you keep this individual on the low. Okay, yeah, I just did that. This, it be the camera angles, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, there's an art to this shit. I'm gonna get it in time. Right now, let's just stop it from shaking. Shake it, don't break it. It took my mama 10 months to make it. Bend over. My mama said she was so done with me when she had me. Anyways, okay. So for you, Sagittarius, you and this person have a very good understanding between one another. It's balanced. This person that you deal with is very balanced. So if you are in a serious relationship, with this individual, y'all are very balanced. They really get you. The fact that they show up as an air sign, you might be dealing with your sister sign, Gemini. But I can understand how Sagittarius and Aquarius could jam too. Sagittarius and a Libra as well. I can see that. Because they both kind of like their freedom, mingling with other people, both very attractive, center of attention in the room. I could see that being a power couple together, arm in arm. Outcome for the two of you, though, is Four of Wands. So this could be, yeah, you could be in a very committed relationship with this individual. What to say more about your person? So if you're trying to wonder, like if you think there's more to this person, like they trying to get one over on you or something. No, this person is just, they're not easy to trust, only because I feel like people have betrayed them more often than not, okay? Yeah, y'all just saw all of that, didn't you? Anywho, but they feel free with you. Like there is some comfort there. Will I say that they're learning, like they kind of study you? It does give me the energy that they're trying to learn to be like more in the forefront when it comes to you. Well, that didn't look good on my head. You could tell when I do it quick versus, that's why I like my hair full and match my big face. Yes, this is an individual. I think it's trying to learn to just go with the flow. That they're not easily trusting. The person that you're dealing with is not easily trusting. So if you think that you could just put them in the element with other people and they'll be the same person, they won't. It's giving me who is that I'm looking at? That snake that just went by. Not went by, he went back. He retreated back into like this. Oh, I can't even think of the word. That's what I get for hopping my ass up like that. It's like a tunnel. It's not. Is it Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter? Or is it The Omens? When he was, that's like the very first episode. Anyways, it's a big face ass snake that I just saw just retreating back. This is someone that's, I mean, to say that, I would be, I don't think it's to you. I think it's to people around you. I don't think this person really likes you around other people. Yeah, that's safe to say. This is an individual that feels like probably threatened by other people in your presence. It doesn't show on the outside, though. Like they just looking. Like they're observing. Nobody's really good enough for you type thing. I think they feel like they have this possessive quality about you. Okay, so if you're wondering like, yo, is this a person for me? Should I be together? Really don't matter, because what you got here with all the ifs, is it y'all have a solid foundation. In the future, you have a very solid union. Y'all are very happy with one another. That's 9 of Wands, King of Wands, 4 of Cups. Okay, so it does give... All right, Sagittarius, you like to be free. Just always keep that on the forefront, that you're always learning, experiencing new people. You don't like shackles at all. And that is geared to like a male Sagittarius. All right. Now, with saying that, do you like this person? Will this person stick with you for the long haul? Yes. Because you got to keep in mind, what we're looking at. 14. 5 of Wands is here. And there's going to be some complications between the two of you. Only because this is a person that trying to lock you down is not wise at all. But that's what this person is kind of trying to do. So they're kind of going to, if you worried in the near future, the two of you, you settle to be with this person if you haven't already moved in with them. Are they going to change and try to like, yes, they are. They have a controlling thing about them. They have this Nakiri, I think that's who it is. I think that was Harry Potter that I saw, but it's not Sorcerer's Stone. It was Voldemort's snake. Yeah, anywho. So what that means, this is someone that's smart, a good companion, a very reliable resource. Because remember, if you haven't seen Harry Potter, what have you been doing with your life? But if you haven't, he will use Nakiri to attack and to kill his enemies. Nakiri feasted off of his enemies. And with that being said, this is a person, they are like a shield for you. But it can get to the point where they kind of suffocate you and you won't like that. So I can see that being complicated. It's like, yeah, I want to be with you and I want this to last for a long time. This is why you two will make that commitment. But it's in a sense where you don't want to be suffocated. Like, they need to trust you are who you are. And it's heavy. They really mean it when they say it's not you, it's other people. Like, I don't think this person has ever loved like this before. You hit something in this person, you woke this person up. Like, this person probably thought, I could never have somebody like this, and here you come along and you change that. They probably didn't believe you found them attractive. They probably didn't believe that you guys would take it as far as you have. And they're trying to protect that at all costs. This is a person who looks calm and sweet on the outside, but it's a wolf in sheep's clothing, okay? 8 of Cups does show some emotional detachment. Did I even tell you your 3 cards? Your clarifiers was 9 of Wands, King of Wands, and the 4 of Cups. This is the thing. If Sagittarius say they with you, Sagittarius is known for being honest. You already know that about yourself. If you are cross-watching, you're watching this, you got to learn to trust. And the reason why I say you got to learn to trust, because if you try to lock them down, all that does is make them want to run away. It makes them want to be free. They have to feel free. They have to feel like they are still themselves. And I know people may say, oh, a lot of people are like that. Yeah, but it is in the DNA of Sagittarius. Like, you get Pisces who wants to know y'all are together. When y'all together, y'all together. But do Pisces want to be around you 24/7? No. In reality, no, they don't. In fantasy, yeah, they do. But in reality, they don't, because Pisces still needs to be able to experience other people. If they're constantly just in your energy, even if y'all around a group of people, and Sagittarius is just next to you, Sagittarius, and you're next to your Pisces, still, you have the undivided attention, you know. And they like that. They like to be kept. Sagittarius has that same energy. I always found it interesting that them two aren't sister signs, that they're sister signs with Gemini, but I get the intellectual commonality between them. But Pisces and Sagittarius I always found very interesting, because they're kind of the same. They like to be free, but they like to be tied down too. Anywho, digressing. For you and your person in the future, yes, will you have a beautiful foundation? Will y'all be together for a long time? Have y'all been together for a long time? Yes, it gives that energy. But the problem here is, I can see with the King here and the 4 of Cups, one beginning to get bored. You can't keep the same routine with a Sagittarius. They kind of get bored with that. And even if they're not a promiscuous Sagittarius, if they're not the Sagittarius, like they could have been a homebound one that didn't get out that much, they have to do something. Something has to be shaken up. Something has to be new. Because if it isn't, it kills them inside. Like seriously, a part of them, they just start to lose themselves and they don't understand why these are happening. You know, these emotions are coming about. Why am I starting to feel really depressed or whatnot? That's why they need to exercise their social skills. It's not just a physical exercise for Sagittarius. They have to be around other people. All right. They're definitely ones that are like into role play. They like changing things. They love being in the fantasy. So you could be the same person, but it needs to be presented in different ways. That's a Sagittarius. Eight of Cups, I do see emotionally, both of you, one slithers away and the other one becomes deadly attaching. You understand? And that could be a problem. And y'all can go through this back and forth, round and round, with the Wheel of Fortune until it brings you to the point where you guys have to figure out, okay, what is it I really want? And it could make the Sagittarius run away. They'll become manipulative, argumentative. They'll play games, start arguments. Like it could become something really bad. You just got to keep it fun with a Sag. So Sagittarius are really good. They're like I mean no disrespect when I say this, okay? So please, this is from the kindness of my heart. I don't mean any disrespect. But Sag is that type. They're like a bird, okay? And you have to trust that when Sag go out there and flop their wings out there doing their own thing, they gonna come back to you. Now, y'all have to have some understanding. Like, don't leave a Sag, and I can only speak from a woman's point of view. Do not leave a Sag where they leave full. Because you'll get some Sagittarius that know they are, if they are promiscuous, because I have met Sagittarius that was loyal. They weren't promiscuous. You know what I mean? But if you happen to have a refurbished toe, one that is promiscuous, they'll be afraid to like go out because they know that they'll just do it if they bored. But if they're bored at home and they need some excitement, they'll do things just to get the spark elsewhere. And that can cause a problem in your relationship. Because I don't think the person that you are with, yes, on the surface, they look good. But mentally, the way that they process, they giving, I think her name is Brandy. Brandy from A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Yeah. Really pay attention to that. All right, Sag, that's what I got for you. I really hope that this helps you. Also, you know, maybe channel that energy into something else. You got some kind of gift. We all do. We here for a reason. And spread that, you know. Remember your angel oracle card and go out there and teach what you already learned. Because Sagittarius are good talkers and it makes sense. They're very honest. I always feel like Sagittarius should be therapists. I know a couple of Sagittarius, they was like I really hurt people's feelings. Sagittarius don't really like confrontation, but if you come to them, you ask them for an honest opinion. Sagittarius will give you an honest opinion, whether you like it or not. You ask for the truth, and they'll look at you crazy like, oh, you can't handle it? Oh, well, shit, it is what it is. My bad. Like, it really is no medium with them. And they like the way they emotionally react reminds me of Cancer. And that's because when they are acting out, they upset and they pissed. Oh, it's ugly. It's like, especially, no, yeah, the ones that I've seen, how they act out, their words. You know, it does get kind of weird with Sagittarius, but it's like a real, what's that girl? It's my party and I cry if I want to. Was that Don't Be a Dennis the Menace or something like that? That little girl, like that's what I think about Sagittarius passing out. Like it's not good. If they can't use their charm to get their way, like little mad poopy faces. pouty faces, I should say. And they spaz out, and it's kind of chaotic because they don't understand what their emotions is doing either. They bored. That's why they kick up on the low, especially in work environments. On the low, they kick up a lot of drama. All right, Sag, that's what I got for you. We are moving on to Capricorn. 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 What's going on with your love life? Y'all, I'm cutting up today. Usually I don't even do readings on the weekend, but my husband was like, you need to get a hobby. You need to find something to do. I'm like, I do have something to do. Why you sitting up there talking? We had lunch, though. It was nice. I made some tortillas tonight. I wonder if anybody, because everybody ate big. Just some snacks, maybe. But beef enchiladas, that's what I was thinking about making tonight. I make the homemade tortillas. I might still have some tortillas left over from earlier this week. I keep them in the fridge. I keep them in the fridge because largely we use the tortillas and we'll make cheese quesadillas as snacks. And my family will forget. They will go in the cupboard and grab the Tostito chips and make a quick little cheese snack. Whereas if I keep the tortillas in the fridge, in the cheese drawer, they notice it. And they'll make cheese quesadillas instead. Trying to understand why I decided not to go grocery shopping today. I don't remember. Now I'm eating my lips. Why? Okay, Capricorn, we pulling out an Angel Oracle card for you, baby. Let's see what we got for Capricorn. This is a total different style today, but you know what? I figured I'd say, you know what? I want to kick it today. I'm going to kick it with my YouTube. I mean, y'all can't kick it with me till I upload it and see it later, but I still do my independence. But if y'all like this style, I do this style more often. I definitely needed that snack break earlier. And then, yeah, we had lunch. We got lunch at like 12 something. I had that sandwich. Why do that? Am I the only one that does that? Make us like you go get a sandwich. It's a foot long, and I leave like this much, and I can throw it in the microwave again and eat it. eat that little bit. I don't know. It's just something about saving that last little bit for some reason. What was that? Y'all, I was planting. Well, I have basil still planting. Why? Just why? Why them squirrels went and tore up my basil? Just why? God box. I can see that. That's perfect for a Capricorn. Bottom of the deck is clear yourself. Okay, so with the God box, let's read the card. It says, write any worries, concerns, or desires on a piece of paper that you put into a special container called a God box as a way of letting go and allowing the divine to help you. Okay, so if you have any worries, concerns, what you do, you take a box. Honey, you could do it with a shoebox. I've done it with a shoebox. I actually went to the Dollar Tree and I had bought this cute, I saw these cute little boxes one time and I grabbed it and I write my concern or whatever's heavy on my heart. I'll write it on a small piece. I wrote as small as I could and I put it on that box. Like I think about it for a minute. If I'm going to cry, I cry a little bit and I put it in that box and I forget about it. Never go back into the God box. Like that I've never done. What I'll do is I'll toss it. I'll throw away my God box. Because I'll start to feel like, oh, it got still energy up in here. What is it? And I'll start looking around my room and then I'll go to the God box and I'll be like, oh yeah. I'll toss it or I'll take the stuff and I'll burn it. I'll burn the box or something like that. But that's the rule of thumb. Don't talk about what's in the God box. Like, even say if you confided in your husband and something was bothering you, you could have been talking to him hours ago about it. And then he comes back and he said, baby, you all right? You know, you want to sleep about it? Don't bring it up again. Because once you submit it to the divine, it's no longer yours. It's no longer your problem to bear. It's no different than getting on your knees and praying and giving your concerns and worries to God. You can write that down in your journal too. You know, get you a nice little journal. Something like this. I like it because they look pretty as they line up on the shelf. This is mine. And you just, first thing you wake up in the morning, write in your journal. Before you go to bed at night, write in your journal. And, you know, title it, Dear God. Because that's who you're talking to. That's who you can get all your business. So who you going to tell? Right. He ain't going to tell nobody. But that's the same. Essentially, that's what a divine box, God box is. Because you are sending your prayers to God. But you can also do that in your journal. I don't go and look back on my journals. As a matter of fact, I just recently looked at some while opening it. And I'm like, 2012. And I skimmed through it to see some of the stuff. If it's too bad memories up and I'll burn it. Yeah. That I used to do that. I burnt my last 7. And I was like, I ain't gonna burn no more. But it felt good. Because you ever told somebody something and forgot you told them, and out of nowhere y'all sitting there chilling, having a glass of wine or celebrating with some margaritas, and they bring the shit up so inappropriately. And you be like, damn, I forgot I told you that. You know, and you, like, for me personally, it was my sister that did it. I wasn't mad. I was just like, oh, nah. I did feel some kind of way, but once you relinquish that authority of that privacy you had and you give it to them and they repeat it, you can't get mad at that. I learned. You don't want some stuff repeated, don't say it. So a God box, I could see that being perfect for a Capricorn. Males and females. Females tend to find like an outlet in a girlfriend or something like that. Males tend to harbor, especially when they feel like they're being portrayed from their homies or something like that. Y'all tend to carry the wounds for a long, long time. And in the process, that can weigh on your spirit. And you don't want that. Okay? So utilize a God box. Don't let nobody see it. I mean, at one point, I had my God box in plain sight. Nobody went in it. Honestly, I think people thought it was a recipe box. You know how your lips start to do that? And I left my cup out there in the living room. In the family area. Okay. Let's see why you need this God box, huh? Your dude pissing you off. Your chick pissing you off. What's going on with Capricorn and they lover? Hey lover, this is more than a crush. Oh, this reading is similar to somebody's reading. I can't tell you now. Look, we 20, what is that? Forgive me. 2 hours and 22 minutes in. All right, so you have 3 of Cups, 2 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles. What was that song I was singing? LL Cool J, Hey Lover. Look here. 3 of Cups. You could be dealing with the Cancer or another cardinal sign. Cardinal signs are the leaders, the beginners of your zodiac group. So for you, Capricorn, you are the leaders of the earth signs. After you is Taurus, then is Virgo. Taurus is fixed, Virgo is mutable. And then, so I say another cardinal sign could be Cancer. Cancer's cardinal. Libra's cardinal. You could be dealing with another Capricorn or an Aries. But in this case, 3 of Cups is the second decan of Capricorn. So this is Venus and Saturn. This is something a long time coming. It does carry the energy of celebration, good announcements. But you have the 2 of Cups. I would say, looking at the 5 of Cups, though, this is a beautiful union on face value, just at the cards, okay? So let's just look at the cards first. You and your person, this is somebody you're very happy with, somebody you're safe with, somebody you share good news with. I think it's all experiences with this individual, but I think there is underlining a triangle. Why do I feel that? You have the Two of Cups, the way that you two interact. So when you look at this solid friendship, this solid understanding that you and this unknown individual have, the problem here is the person you're dealing with longs for acceptance of other people. This is a person that likes to see. It's giving me pick me vibes, okay? You already picked them, okay? Now, I will say, I'm looking at the Five of Cups. I did say this is more than a crush, right? That was Two of Pentacles at the bottom. This is a beautiful, happy union between you and this person, but I do have Five Cups in front of me. Why? Why does that bother me? I mean, the cards ain't saying it, but I'm feeling it. Something you say, I can't believe your man think it's safe for you to travel that way. I haven't heard that song in a long time. I ought to listen to it tonight. I haven't heard Hey Lover in so long. You got Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck. All right, somebody out here playing games. Seven of Pentacles is where this is going. It's a long time coming. So there's some profit, something in the 3D that's coming to the two of you. Seven of Pentacles out. Queen of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Queen of Swords. Look, I didn't even notice that we had the Queen of Swords here. There's some kind of imbalance in the way that y'all communicate, the way that y'all make money. It's something up with y'all foundation. I think you guys are having information. I don't think it's outsiders. I think it's the two of you. You and your spouse are going to have this conversation. Y'all could be getting married. Meet me at the altar in your white dress. You could be dealing with another water sign. Another water sign is what? Because Three of Cups, I did say Cancer. That would be Sagittarius and Scorpio. Something's a long time coming. What's a long time coming? There's going to be some, I don't know. Capricorn, I do feel sorry because I'm looking at 3 and 2. I mean, 3 and 2 make 5. But we're looking at it, 1 as your person in representation. 2 as in how the two of you engage. There is a bond. There's a bond here. You're looking at 2 Cancers. It could be a forced bond. Because the energy that I'm getting from it, there's like a burden. A burden. It's something challenging your comfort. And you have feminines. There's 2 feminines. And yeah, we're looking at 2 queens, but that are like traveling in. If someone is shaking things up. You could be in a relationship with one, attracted to another. That's a possible thing. You could, I really just did that on camera. Yeah. You could also be looking at somebody with heavy Mars energy. You might see them at a workplace. You might be minding your business, working, and somebody may come to you as a friend. But that friend may be telling you something that you don't want to hear. It's going to be catastrophic to your union. Because when you have Mars, you're looking at Mars and Venus, which is that when you see that, you be like, oh, masculine, feminine. Yeah. The Emperor and Empress, that's a couple. Yes, it is. It is. And it's good energy. But for you, it's something here. Maybe it's going to test, how solid you are with the person that you're with, because the communication that they bringing is something sharp. It's a sharp ass message. At Capricorn, you might say, I already know. And maybe it might hit different because now it's public. That could be it, because I don't see a breakup because you got balance at the bottom. But there's something that's going to be, look out for that. Somebody is going to come to you. Hear me on that. Somebody's going to come. It's about your foundation. It's about the person that you solid with. 4 of Pentacles. That's your energy. To the Ace of Pentacles. Again, 4, 1. You're looking at 5 Pentacles. 3, 2. You're looking at 5 Cups. 5 of Swords at the bottom of this deck. Somebody around here thinking they telling you something you don't already know, but you're going to think that it wasn't publicly known. So it's going to rip the Band-Aid off of it. It's going to reintroduce that. So, like I said, I don't think it's something you don't know. I think you already know this. Or if you're dealing with 2 people, those 2 women or 2 men are going to find out that you're dealing with both of them. I can see it being an argument, but I don't see anyone throwing in the flag. Neither one wants to lose you, so. Right. I know that's right. That's what I heard, but that's what I got for you, Capricorn. It's weird because it's stagnant energy. It's not like you walking away. There is high emotions because it's money, it's love, and it's selfishness. It's heavy confliction. Coming down to dependability too. It's given like a Capricorn that's like, yeah, I already know. You ain't really put weight into it. But I will say, yeah, them ripping the Band-Aid off, it's a wound that won't be healed. It's just, it's kind of giving it is what it is energy. I'm sorry, baby. You could change it at any time, whoever you are. All right, that's what I got for you, Capricorn. Who we going to now? Aquarius. Oh, me love me some aqua. I do. I really do adore me some Aquariuses. I will say, though, y'all Aquariuses is something else. Especially in relationships when they come to argue. You might as well just shut up. Don't argue with Aquarius. I remember this one dude told me one time, we was friends, but he was wrong for what he said. Like how he acted on something. What was it? It was so stupid what he did. And I was like, yo, you're not even understanding. It was no benefit for me. It was all a benefit for you. I was helping you out. I do remember that point of it. And what I took from the argument was, dude gonna tell me, you know, I'm an air sign. You don't fight the wind. You just let it be. I said, what? Me being a Taurus and me thinking the way that I think, like, yo, I never jam with that person the same again. I remember just thinking, yeah, I won't be friends with this person for a long time because they ain't right. Like, that's not something you do. What you do, you apologize when you do something wrong. You kind of give some guarantee that you won't repeat the same mistake. It was something. I want to say money was involved, and it probably was me giving money because I am a big giver. But I just remember it being something, and this person just having an attitude. They didn't have the right to have an attitude because they wasn't where they were supposed to be. Where we were supposed to meet. And I remember being so nonchalant about it. Like, I was like, okay, I was kind of pissed off. I went, the person wasn't there. And I remember, I was like, oh, we can just do it another time. I'll give it to another time. I'll still be here. I'll wait for you. It'll be waiting for you. And that person had such an attitude, was going off. I remember going off on me. But I remember not even reading all the messages, just thinking like, yo, you got an attitude? You ain't where you supposed to be. And you think I'm going to go from this point to meet you at this point and then turn around and meet you at this point? No, fuck that. I'm not doing all that. I remember that. I remember that part clear as day. But I just remember in the process when they finally came, and they came like a couple days later. And I remember they was defending their behavior. And I was already disgusted at their behavior. Like, at that point, I had already said, okay, I can't deal with this type of person, because I don't like when I'm doing something for somebody and they feel like they are entitled to it. Like, I'm doing you a favor and then it don't pan out the way that they expect it to pan out on their own doing. Like if you say, hey, Willow, meet me at plan A, and I go to plan A and you ain't there, and then you be like, oh, I'm at such and such right now. After I clarify with you, are you there? And they say, yeah, and I'm bringing, mind you, this money. I'm bringing you some money, helping you out. And I was like, you know what? I remember I waited. Damn, I'm breathing hard. Probably because I'm feeling the heat of it. I waited a little bit. And then they still hadn't come. They was like, you know what? Why don't you come meet me here? And I was like, no. You know what? When you get a chance, just swing by my house and come pick it up. I remember I said that. And then the person just went off. And I'm telling you, it was a bunch of text messages. And this person didn't talk like that. Like, they talked, but not, you know, they was coming off like aggressive. And it was threads. And I don't mind reading threads. I'll read it. But he was being disrespectful. And I was like, whoa. Yeah, you on the chopping block, buddy. I can't wait to get rid of your ass. I forgot how I even got involved. They needed help with something. And I'm just like, damn, you caught up in a bind. They had like some younger kids. It was, damn, I wish I could remember what the something was. But anywho, I just remember the Aquarius telling me, look, you don't fight to win. I'm like, what? He was like, yeah, you just let it be. You know, so we have no complications. I remember thinking, this motherfucker is a 5 of swords. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of your ass. I did too. It wasn't that hard. And I think I will admit, that's a bad flaw of mine, because if I feel like I can talk to you about something, then I'll talk to you about it. But if I'm trying to have a conversation with you and you're not showing no effort to do better, I'm talking about something totally different. This is just in general. If I try to have a conversation with you in any form of relationship and you not showing me, fuck your words. I don't care what you say, but you're not showing me, like, in physical. You're not giving me anything in the 3D. And your actions. So your spirit ain't moving me. And you ain't got goods that's moving me. You know, you ain't doing nothing. And I do not I like normal routines in my day-to-day life, like with chores and stuff like that. But if I'm dealing with people and that's outside my house, like, you know, I'm trying to have fun, like make it fun. And you ain't doing that. Baby, you think I won't cut you the fuck off? And I give people a chance. I do. I talk to people. I give people like chances. But my whole thing is, why would I leave the comfort of my home? Why have everything that meets my needs? Because I'm in control of all of it. To come and do, I don't give a fuck. Like, people, I don't think people get that about me. And people be like, oh, she's so funny acting. I'm really not funny acting. And it go for anybody. I'm talking about anybody. If I feel like it puts me at risk where I'm going to give you the opportunity to disrespect me, you going to get cut off. And I do not think I'm all of that. But I respect myself. I know I'm all of that to me. And I will tell people quick, oh, you can find somebody else to be your friend. Yeah, you ain't going to have no problem finding another friend. Go do you. Yeah, don't let me stand in the way. Do you. Don't even worry about it. I'll block you. And I don't block you just to be like, kiss my ass. I'll block you so, You ain't got to sit up there and think you got to message me and text me. I ain't at the forefront. Let me go. Go do you. Do you, boo. I love you. And I want to see you happy. Yeah, I want to see you happy. Even if it's from a distance. I just don't want you on my fucking face. People be thinking like I blocked them for them. I know I block you for me too. I don't want to be looking on my thread or looking at my phone and seeing, because I'll look at messages. Look, they started me talking. I'll look at messages and stuff like, and it's like, no, block it, delete it, block it, let it go. It's over. It's done with. I got to let go of this energy until I can like reset or something. King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I'll pick your oracle card before I look at the rest of these tarot cards. Let's get an oracle for Aquarius. But yeah, people are funny. And people are so self-centered that people will think that. I had a person block me before. In my life, I've had one person block me. It was an old friend. Her lies, her truth came to the surface, and she found out I found out. She didn't want to deal with it, and she blocked me. I was like, oh, well, damn. That's good. I understand. She couldn't deal with it. Like, or maybe it wasn't that she couldn't deal with it. Maybe she had been done with me. You know what I mean? And you know, it was about time she realized it. Yeah, we ain't friends no more. And she moved on. But I ain't had no hard feelings. I wasn't like, oh, fuck that. Like, no. I was like, damn. Man, I wish her the best. I was a real friend to her. I shook that shit off. Crown chakra. Base chakra at the bottom. All right, so crown chakra. Pay attention to your ideas as they are messages of true divine guidance. Sent in answer to your prayers. All right, crown chakra. What you would do here, your crown chakra is the color of purple, morado. Okay, so it's the color, oh look, purple. And when you are sitting here trying to balance your crown chakra, I personally feel like it's important to start from the root chakra and work your way up. But if you just want to focus on your crown chakra, you can. And you'll sit there in solitude, take you some deep breaths, stabilize your breathing. And once you stabilize your breathing, you'll imagine your top of your head is purple. Here, that third eye is indigo. Okay. And me personally, one of the gems I don't just picture this indigo. I also picture my pineal glands, the spots where the pineal gland would be at, as vibrating in indigo as well. And that's how you activate it. And stay in that as long as you can. Keep your breath calm and center. And I would say do that for about 10 minutes. And then after 10 minutes of doing that, sit for 10 minutes in silence. And see if the answers of questions that you've been having, if they come to you. If not, just take it easy, be calm, cool, and collected. Because within the next couple of days, you will get those messages, okay? Always protect yourself, too, though. Always protect yourself. Imagine yourself either in a white light, being guarded and shielded in a white light, or guarded and shielded in a blue light, all right? That's a little tidbit for you. Now, the Hanged Man, you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, or you could be dealing with an individual. Hanged Man is a Sagittarius, or you could be dealing with an individual that you've been off and on with, in and out with, you know. Oh, it's giving solitude, too. You could be dealing with nobody. It said, or it could be by yourself. Yeah. Or you could be dealing with nobody. You can actually be reserved. Oh, that does make sense. I told you I didn't even look at, let me look at it. King of Swords, which is your card, okay? Eight of Cups, this is you with yourself. The why I say you with yourself, Eight of Cups, I feel like right now you're engaging with yourself, you're detaching from emotional, or you're trying to find what emotionally stimulates you and not just material goods. You're in search of that. This is a numb Aquarius that's trying to get back in the game and figure out how to reintroduce himself to the world, okay? You could have been, I mean, we ain't got justice out here, but you could have been dealing with the law. Because that's what it's given. It's given like one that is coming out being free with the world. King of Swords. King of Swords lets me know. Again, I already said it. It's like you're reconstructing who you are. You're rebuilding yourself, okay? And the process of rebuilding yourself, who we got? We got 10 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, and the Lovers. Oh, you could be rekindling with an old relationship. Like I said, we don't have justice out here. Let me look. Bottom of the card there is King of Wands. What do we have here? 10 of Cups. Okay, this could be in the matter of you rekindling a connection. 10 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, and the Lovers. Yeah, it's like you're strategically trying to rebuild yourself so you are a better fit for the person you're with. You could have, like I said, probably 3-4 times now. Justice is not out here, but it's giving me Aquarius that's been dealing with the law. And now you're trying to rebuild what you've lost with someone. It's like too much time has passed, or maybe the two of you have been disconnected for a long time. Either way, you are trying to figure out a positive way to regain this union with your said individual, because King of Wands, Ace of Swords, and the Chariot. Yeah. You're just trying to understand. You're trying to gain some clarity on how to represent yourself, because you know you can't just come back into the picture as you were. Time has passed. People change. Every day we have a new life. I don't know why people still be trying to live their life like yesterday when bitch, it's a whole new day. You got a whole new gift of today. You know how many motherfuckers ain't wake up today? Think about it. A lot. A lot of them may get the gift to set foot on this soil. You know, their story has ended. You know, it's a lot of people whose story has ended. And you know what I'm saying? You got the chance to do it today. And you trying to do the same shit as yesterday. Why? Yeah. Grow up. Experience something new. So this is what you're trying to do. You're trying to get back that of which you've lost. Okay? You say, will it be a success? Will it be a success? You have the Lovers here, so it does show me that it will be a success. You also don't have the Magician here. Ten of Cups. Look at that. I said Justice. Justice was right here under the Ten of Cups. Yeah, I think you and your person was separated from each other for a long time, because look, you have the Eight of Swords. Baby, if I'm good, I'm good. I'm pat myself on the back. Hey, you gotta toot your own horn. People ain't gonna do it for you, you know? I love when my cards show up and show up. But that's the energy that it's giving me, though. Somebody that's trying to get back their love. Trying to, fix what they've ruined. But I think maybe when you was locked up, Aquarius, whether male or female, some of your skeletons came out, too. And your person had to process that while dealing with you being away. That's a lot. It's a lot. It's a big step. I wonder how many people actually, because people don't talk about it, but I wonder how many people actually sit back and think like, damn, I wanted to be in this relationship so bad, but I didn't understand there were chapters unturned, pages in life unturned that I would want to read or I would want to create, you know what I mean? And my actions on me just doing that, it didn't change the way I felt about this, but doing this fucked up everything I had with this one. Like, I wonder if people think that. Like, I wonder if we sit back and really reflect, like, damn, I was just having an experience, I couldn't control it. I didn't choose it. It chose me. I think if people would think about life that way, they wouldn't be so quick to settle down. You know what I mean? And you wouldn't be so quick. There's this one Hanky Panky star that I watch. I really enjoy him, okay? You know what I'm talking about. The pea. The corn. Yeah. And it's very interesting with him because he has said, no, I'm not going to say his name, but he has said he's been talking to this person for 6 months and they had not been intimate. And the reason why he isn't so quick to be intimate, because he said intimacy clouds people's judgment. It kind of interferes with people's character. We shouldn't be so quick to hop into bed with someone because of the impact that it has on our flesh. Our flesh will betray us. And I was like, you know what, he's right. But sometimes you look at somebody and you just really want to touch them. Like you really want to feel them. But it ain't always got to be sex. You understand? And I like how he said that, especially with him being a corn star. You know what I mean? Like he understood. And I was like, because he was like, I do it all the time. Because, you do it all the time. You're really good at it too. And he was just saying how it's not that it doesn't mean anything, but this is my job. But I'm more of an intellectual person. And I really got that because even though, I can get I can get down. But the point is, it's an intellectual thing for me too. I got what he was saying. He was like, relationships are more intellectual than you know it. For the flesh will lie to you, your body will betray you. I had talked to this one dude. Why am I talking about this on Aquarius? I have no idea. But I was talking to this one dude, and we were cool. For real, we were cool. And he a homo, you know, he like dudes. Well, I feel weird saying that. He got a man. Anywho, but how he got open to that wasn't a good experience. Like, it wasn't. But I remember he said his body betrayed him. And I was like, what? He was like, because ever since, like, he had been chasing that feeling. And he tried with women and he couldn't. And he said, I remember he looked at me, he was like, Willow, the body will betray you. The flesh will fuck you up. He was like, it's very important for you to fast. He was like, and become one with the Creator. Because he was like, I'm weak. I could tell you in the flesh, I'm weak. And I remember talking to him, like, we had a very deep conversations. We was friends for a long time. And it wasn't until I got married, I could no longer be his friend. And he understood it. Because he looked at my husband. This is a true story, y'all. He looked at my husband. He said, you know, because he had came to our apartment. And he had said to my husband while we was hanging out, we was chilling. And he said, you know, I wouldn't blame you either. Because if that was my girl, I wouldn't want to talk to nobody either. And I understood where he was coming from with that. But, and he said, you know, I ain't gonna lie to you. You know, he said, if she ever gave me the opportunity, I'll fuck the shit out of her. I was like, I choked so hard, I threw up. I was like, I said, I can't believe you said that. He said, I'm just keeping it real. Because I would. He was like, but he told me it was more of an intellectual. He was like, it's more of an intellectual thing with you. He was like, she really different. It's something special about her. And I just thought that was so sweet. And that was the last time like we hung out and stuff like that. But, you know, my husband was ready to get rid of his ass. He was like, yeah, get the fuck out of my house. But, you know, he kept it 100 and it was just because when we stopped talking, he didn't get to say bye. So he wanted the opportunity to say bye. He was like, if I knew the last time we hung out would have been our last time, you know, it wouldn't have just been a conversation outside of Popeyes. That's what I saw. I was getting my kids some chicken and stuff like that. He was like, yo, you ain't been messaging me. I was like, look, my husband don't want to be talking to you. I'm going to just keep it real with you. And although we great friends, you know, he don't want me talking to you. Because he thought it was his sexuality. And I was like, no, it's not your sexuality. As a matter of fact, your sexuality don't bother me at all. And that's a problem for my husband too. But yeah, we had talked and stuff. And me and him had never done anything. But we had like very deep conversations. And till this day, those conversations him and I had stuck with me. I mean, he was a real cool friend. Like, he ended up moving. He moved to California. And then, well, he spent some time in Cali. Then I found out he spent time in New Orleans. And then he moved to the Carolinas. And then he went to Florida. He spent time in Miami. He just was going everywhere. Him and his man go everywhere. They beautiful people. You hear me? But yeah, I remember him talking about that. How did I get on this, Aquarius? I don't know, but I need to stop that. It's just how things you don't plan to happen happens. And I think I really wish people wasn't so obsessed with sticking their thing or spreading their legs, because if I get it, you want to feel that person. And sometimes we'll do it and you don't even want to. It's just like, oh, this person wants this and that person really don't want it, but their friends might be pressuring them to do it. It's weird. The way that society has people programmed is, I would say, quite fascinating. In the sense it is. But you mourn it too. Because the flesh, the temple is something you should be sacred about. You should take care of it. But like in his situation, it wasn't his choice. So, you know, and he experienced it for so long. You know, that's what he knew, and he could never with a female. That's why I thought it was funny when he said what he said. He said, because sometimes, like the stuff me and you talk about, I'm not gonna lie, you give me a certain kind of reaction that females don't give me, and I would wonder what it was like with you, but I was involved. I wasn't interested like that either. And I'm not gonna cap, he was very fine. He was eye candy on the eye. That's probably why my husband didn't like it either. Because baby, dreadheads. Woo! My love for dreadhead. I do. I can't tell you why, but I do. That's like my thing. It's always been, I guess. Anywho, but yeah, but he was beautiful. And he was, and he used to sing. And baby, he used to cook. He was a cook. You hear me? I never ate his food. It smelled so good though. It smelled, it smelled so good. I never ate his food. Cause look, my weak spot is people cooking for me. And I just felt like I'd jump on him like a psycho probably. I would. That's bad. So I never, like I knew better. I'm like, oh, he cooked what? Got me feeling all loved and special. You telling me you seasoned this chicken thinking about me? Yeah. Anyways, how I get on that with you, I have no idea. But let me tell you something. If you want to know, will it be a success? It will, but it's going to be hard work. Because the problem that you and your person are having, Aquarius, is that they really do love you. But they don't feel safe with you. Like they don't feel safe giving themselves to you anymore. And that's a problem you got to deal with. Like, seriously, I can't help people with like I could talk to you about it. But I'm not a medical, and I'll never pretend to be a medical doctor. I am thinking about actually pursuing, like going further and pursuing psychology more to like be a therapist or something like that. But I don't know, because I feel bad like leaving people. And I can tell you right now, at the forefront, my family is the most important. You got somebody calling you like, Doc, I really need to talk to you like right now. And I have a hard time telling people no too, because it's like, oh, it's just a conversation. But that one conversation turned into an hour turned into 3 hours, you know. And then next thing you know, I done neglected my home. And that causes a problem for my 3 fellas. That's my husband and my 2 babies, okay? So I would say some therapy could possibly help. And I know that's a problem with you, Aquarius, because you don't like being vulnerable with people like that. I have yet to meet a male Aquarius. A female Aquarius, no, I haven't seen that either. Most of the women I was raised by, they just dealt with it themselves. They kept, you know, old school. They just kept it to themselves and they dealt with it. They stuck to their day-to-day routines, did their prayers, went to church, went to Bible study, choir rehearsal. They did their usher board meetings. But as far as I knew, Aquariuses that didn't even go to church. You know, they didn't even believe in God. Did the craft. That was their thing. Wudon. But it's hard to just let a stranger in and be completely vulnerable with them to make this work. I mean, you'd probably go in a 10 for your lover. It also depends on, you know, the person. One Aquarius is not like all Aquariuses. Although each sign has some commonalities, but they're not all the same. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Anywho, you would, time, you need to have some time, but you got to have communication too. So, is the love still there? Yes. But are the wounds overshadowing the love? Yeah, because you did have that 10 of Cups there too. All right, that's what I got for you, Aquarius. I really hope that helped. Remember, crown chakra. Remember to meditate, baby. Remember to meditate. If you don't do anything, you better meditate, because cooler heads prevail, and that is true. All right, we have hit the end of the line. Pisces, how you doing? Yeah. Pisces, I love Pisces. Okay, I really do love me some Pisces though, y'all. I really do. Oh, heart chakra for Pisces. That's interesting. All right, the answer that you seek is in your heart right now. Be open to giving and receiving love. Ooh, that's interesting. How would you do that? Your heart chakra, you must envision that green. Isn't that interesting? Heart chakra is green. What the hell was blue? The throat. Heart chakra is blue. So what you do is sit in a calm area, get yourself in a meditative state, as in controlled breathing, straight posture. Always have your spine straight, okay? And you're just going to envision your heart being blue. Envision yourself being catered to. Well, yeah, it is. That's what I vision. I vision someone bringing me beautiful peace. And it's a light. It's just a big impulse of blue filling my body up. Filling my heart chakra up. And then just think about all the beautiful things you know. You know, everything that has come to pass in your life, just think about it. Think about it. That has made you happy. From the ice cream truck having the things that you want. Y'all gonna get tired of me in this damn food reference. You have to click off because, baby, that's all I be doing. But yeah, you know, happy moments. How good you felt when you hit your first ball, you know, in baseball, bat to ball, how that felt. You know, just think about, really get your vibration up. When I think about the heart chakra, I think about all the things, like scenes in movies that just invoked emotions of love. Holding my babies the first time, for the very first time, pushing them out and having them in my arms, like, oh my God, yo, you came out of me. Like those moments, and just instantly loving them. Or, you know, the first time you hear your kids laugh. You know, if you ain't got kids, maybe you got an animal. If you ain't got no animal, you got some family members, but you know somebody. There's somebody in your heart, somebody that you love. You could think about moments with them. And just moments that just make you feel special. You know what I do sometimes when I just be mad at my husband, I want to think about love. You know, because sometimes you be like, is love really there? You get pissed off. What I do is I keep my husband's wedding vows. For real. I think it's so beautiful, his wedding vows. And it's on a scroll. And I unread and be like, okay, why am I doing this? Because some days be, you know, it be tough. Some days you hit, you know, they ain't that often. Now, if you got more bad, like really more dungeon days than good days, then baby, you need to move around. But if you have, you know, low days, challenging days, y'all get into a fight, it's always nice to think about that first time y'all held hands. Like, I like that. You know, the first time we laughed, we cracked jokes. You know, think about your first date. What was that first date like? Was it funny? Was it clumsy? Like, you know, think about those kind of moments. Just things that embody love. Think about your mom brushing your hair. You know, before bed, her brushing your hair, maybe the music she was playing, and, you know, think about that kind of stuff. Just, you want to bring up the vibration of love, that energy, because when you have love in your life, the purity of love, before you realize that the world is a battlefield, it makes things better. Okay, so that will help you. Now, who you dealing with? A Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles, dealing with a Capricorn. A Capricorn. This is Saturn and Mercury energy. Ooh, that's interesting, because that's, when you look at them two, understanding the power and the proper way to articulate words, it comes to you pretty slow. You're not one quick to respond, but when you do speak, it hits heavy. When you look at that energy. Anywho, we're talking about the person. This is somebody that is very secure within themselves. They're very tight with funds, all right? When you see Four of Pentacles and it describes a person, they ain't loose with their money. This is somebody very thorough. This is someone that saves up for a what if kind. When I think Four of Pentacles, I think about doomsday people. Oh, I admire them people. Yes, I do. Because think about doomsday people. If they ain't have to leave their house and they was packed up, especially during COVID, baby, they was good. You understand me? They was good. Like, because they rotate, they rotate through their kitchen. And some of these doomsday people, they have like beautiful, elaborate basements and rooms dedicated to food, and it's sensible. It's admirable to see. Like, people be like, oh, they crazy. What you mean? I didn't know being prepared made you crazy. I think that's beautiful. You know, I mean, they pull out clipboards. They got notepads of everything. When things are expiring, what needs to be rotated, what should I get? They know the stores and these sales. I'm pretty sure doomsday people got excited. Yeah, they might have said they got frustrated and stuff, how the sales and stuff changed during COVID. But I like to think that it gave them a new leaf on life, you know, because now they have to reconstruct what they do. They had to put a new lift on a face. They had to offer a facelift to old routines. You know what I mean? There was nothing wrong with it, but now I have to learn the rhythm again. So I like to say that kind of put them on their feet. That could have been a challenge, but I'm pretty sure it was exciting. You know, it made them focus, like a scavenger hunt. You know what I mean? So I was actually happy for those kind of people, oddly enough. When that happened, I was like, okay, somebody probably was getting bored. Yeah, shake shit up. Yeah, they ready. They were born for this. Okay. Anywho, so look at an individual who is prepared for everything. This is a person that naturally dots their I's, cross their T's. But I will say they probably they're one that goes with the rhythm in a conversation. But as far as like talking and really engaging, no, they might give laughs and just go with the flow. Like, their vibe is good, but they're very cautious with how they present themselves. Although Four of Pentacles is not represented this way, I see Four of Pentacles really like a Virgo. Especially like a high class Virgo, like a Keanu Reeves, a Beyonce Carter. I look at it that way. I always have, because they are very critical, or just look at a celebrity in general, but because it's Earth, I attach it to Virgo. Look at it. They're very strategic, and it just seems to come natural because they plan for it. They're prepared with how they respond to things, how they represent themselves in situations. They're very educated individuals, and they protect their brand at all costs. You understand? So I would say, look at that. Could be another cardinal sign too. This is what I said for other signs as well that got a cardinal sign. Could have been, you could be dealing with the Aries, a Libra, a Cancer, and also another Capricorn. But this is someone who is a leader. They're a big leader. They set strong foundations, and they stick to their guns. Like, they stick to their rules, okay? How the two of you interact, this is a secret. For you, Pisces, the way that the two of you interact is giving you guys are in the shadows. I don't think the two of you are at that point, because the opportunity of creating something new is here, the Fool. There's a call to start something new. It's a call to do something. So I think the two of you, I mean, I don't want to say y'all are blocked or something, because that would lead to some kind of conflict, although that's like a low energy that I'm getting. But what I will say is that I feel the two of you are definitely not mainstream. Like, you two, like I said, I don't think you guys, if you guys are talking to each other, it's on the low. Nobody can see it, not even me right now, and I'm a reader. Okay, it's hidden. I think this person is being reserved. They're covering themselves, blocking themselves from you. Maybe you may feel that the energy is there, that they are just as into you as you are to them, but they're not showing it on the surface. I'm clarifying, you're the Fool, the Journey. So you have the Emperor, the Chariot, and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, somebody got to express their emotions. I mean, bottom of the deck, you have the Queen of Cups, which is Cancerian energy. Queen of Cups, again, Ace of Swords, King of Swords. Somebody's got to talk about it. There's got to be some avenue of communication. Somebody's got to communicate with the other person. There's got to be some kind of clarity on the emotions of what we feel. We have to talk about it, or we need to walk away from it. Knight of Swords tells me there is a desire, because you have two of the strongest cards here. You got the Chariot and the Knight of Swords. The Chariot and the Knight of Swords are two of the fastest moving cards in the deck, along with the Emperor. So it's telling me you are going to take control in this. You're going to make the first move. You're going to initiate engagement pretty soon, because it's showing up as the Fool, and then you have the Moon here. I think, damn, you got two majors that's clarifying it. So I think, as far as you sitting here thinking, oh, should I not, give yourself some time with balancing out your heart chakra. Actually, balance all your chakras. If you're going to do one, do them all. But pay attention to your heart chakra, and then maybe that will give you enough courage to go pursue this person in a very gentle but receptive manner. Okay? All right, baby. That's what I got for you. 3 hours and 9 minutes. Oh, will it be victorious? Victorious. I guess not without a fight, huh? Because you got 6 of Wands and the 5 of Wands. So there's some kind of conflict here. And the 5 and the 6 make 11. So you're looking at the 2 of Wands. Looking at Justice and the 2 of Wands. What did you do? Or what did they do? What's going on? Why wouldn't they pick you? Only you know the answers to those questions, baby. All right, that is what I got for you. It has been a pleasure reading for all of y'all. Even though your girl took a big pause. I hope y'all, what I'm gonna title this as? Let's hang out and do the 12 signs. Forgive me. What would I title this as? Oh, this don't say the... Oh, yeah, it does say the Wheel of Fortune. Then I tell you, I'm going to have to get some of them. The bigger ones, because, baby, my eyes. I'm not blind, but I can't see sometimes looking at these cards. Yeah, there will be a challenge with you. Oh, I didn't even know. Well, let me turn you back. But it be victorious. What will I title this? This is probably the longest reading I have ever put on here. But today, you know, I was feeling it. Poppy like, go and do something. I'm like, I give my weekends to my family. You gonna do me like that on a Saturday? I got you. Now watch, let me make this a normal thing. You be like, so you don't want to spend Saturdays with me anymore? I'm like, nah, motherfucker, find something else to do with your time. Yeah, get a new game. How about that? Yeah, how about that? You don't want to give me no baby. Yeah, that's what this was about. That's what it was about. It would be weird for me to have one anyways. Our eldest son is 15. And his brother's right after. They're twins. Irish twins. Like legit. They are exactly 10 months and 3 weeks apart to the T. I'm talking about down to the hour. Isn't that interesting? Yes. It's so interesting. Doc found that so funny. But yeah. Yeah. It would be weird for me to start all over. My kids are this grown. Like, they're pretty much grown. They're very self-sufficient. But I want someone to hold. I do. And they don't stay babies forever. I think if I had 5 is like our number. We're both 5s. And I think, you know, if I had a third one, I would feel done. And to have them so far apart... I don't know, maybe I get the feeling like, babe, they need somebody to play with. Both of our kids had somebody. That was such a funny story because I didn't find out I was pregnant with my second until I was 5 months. I was legit 5 months pregnant. My doctor was so confused. My doctor was like, we're going to go and get you an ultrasound. I said, when do you want me to schedule? She said, no. Yeah, you're going to do it right now. I want you to go out here and go to this hallway. I'll never again. I was like, okay. And I actually went to the doctor by myself. My husband usually takes me to all my appointments at that time. And this day, I think I dropped him off at work and I was like, honey, I don't need you to come to the doctor. It's just going to be a checkup. I'm going to get my birth control. We're going to be good and done. And I go in because I had kept putting off the appointment because of his work schedule. It wasn't like I was putting off the appointment because I didn't want to go. His work schedule, and I was like really tired. I was nursing and stuff too, but it was largely his work schedule. We are a one-car family. And I'll never forget when I went there and the lady was like, doing my ultrasound. And I told, I sent him a text and let him know, hey, they're asking me to do an ultrasound, so there might be something going on. I don't know. And he's like, why would you need that? Or are they trying to check? They took everything out, because he texted me right back. And when I went, I didn't even wait that long. I went right in the back. And when I went in the back, the lady stuck the thing in. And she's like, so what brings you in today? I said, well, I just came in for my 6-week checkup. She said, 6-week checkup? I said, yeah, it's my 6-week checkup. Well, I said, well, I put it off for a while. She said, a while, I would say. You put it off for a long time, huh? And I was like, well, no, I think I did. Actually, I think I did go in for my 6-week checkup. No, I don't think I did. As a matter of fact, I didn't even remember us hanky-pankying. Like, I know we did, like, of course we did. Because my last trimester, I couldn't. Like, I could not. Like, when he tried, our oldest son would push down really hard. Like, he's kind of like that now. He's like, like, he isn't he's a loving child. Yeah, but, he's very reserved, very private. He has his, like, it's funny how, anyways, digressing. So when I go in, I say, yeah, I had pills. Yeah, because I did go on for my 6 week. Oh, I went in for my 6 week. And I'm not even going to tell y'all that because that's nasty. I'm a nasty girl. But the point is, they gave me pills. I had birth control pills. And she couldn't go down there at that time, which she found kind of odd. And I was like, I don't want you going down there anyways right now. So, and she was like, no, it could, she was playing it like it kind of be normal, whatever. So when I went in to actually, her to go in and, because I need to do, after and do the PEP thing, because I did have birth control pills. So I did go in for her 6 week, but she couldn't go down there. Anyways, the lady's checking me, and it was so funny. And she's like, so is doctor thinking? I said, I don't know what she thinking. She just told me to come up in here, and she ain't told me nothing. She was like, she told you nothing. I was like, no, she told me nothing. She said, do you feel anything? I said, I feel you probing in there. And she's like, well, yeah, you feel anything else? I was like, what would I be feeling? She's like, did you just have a baby? I said, well, yeah, I told you I was coming for like my 6 week checkup. She was like, it's been longer than 6 weeks. Like, this lady was like really trying to keep her cool. She was like looking at me, and she realized I wasn't shooting the shit with her. I was serious. And she looked at me. She said, if you want to know, I can tell you what you have. And I said, what? You can tell me what I'm what? And she was like, I can tell you what you're having. I said, I'm not having anything. And Doc ended up telling me, she was like, yeah, you're pregnant. And I was like, how could you tell me what I'm having? I have to be like, I don't think y'all told me how what I was having with my other one. So I was like 6 months, maybe 5 months or something like that. And she's like, I was like, what? Are you serious? And I held that one until I was like, he did not show. When I worked my job, I'll never forget when I told him, I said, look, y'all, because they was about to do November's schedule. And I was like, look, I'm going to be out. They was like, you're not going to be out. You haven't even been back that long, And I was like, no, I'm going to be out, for like another 3 months or whatnot. And it was like, what? I was like, yeah. And it was like, where is the baby? I said, what? I remember my manager moving my coat. I had a sweater on. She was moving she said, where's the baby? In your back? I I guess he probably is in my back, but there's a baby. I had to bring, I said, look, I don't see the doctor for another 2 weeks, so I won't be able to get you a ultrasound so you could see it, because I didn't have it with me at work. I was still kind of like shocked that I was, but my husband was actually really sick. Anywho, so when we went, why am I telling y'all this? I have no idea. But when we went and I found out, yeah. And when I brought her, she's like, oh my God. She said, I was about to put you on the schedule because I thought you was just pulling our feet. And I was like, no. She's like, I'm thinking you can't get another vacation right now. You know, you just had one. I was like, because I actually ended up taking off like 4 months. And yeah, when I gave it to them, they were so shocked. And it wasn't until I was 2 weeks before my due date, I blew the fuck up. I was huge when I had him. Huge. I was actually happy he waited. But yeah, people didn't have to wait that long. When the mom had finally found out and I finally had told my mom actually had a new. She said, you pregnant, ain't you? I was like, Mom, why would you say that? She was like, because y'all couldn't do nothing on your last trimester. I remember how moody you was. And I was telling her, I was like, you need to help my daughter. Something wrong with her. And he was like, she need to help me. And I was like, that's really inappropriate for you to say to my mom. And he was like, shit, she brought it up. Can't help that I'm frustrated. My mom was like, what? I was like, yeah, we can't. She said, it's nothing wrong with it. It's not like you're doing your baby. It's in a sack. You can't feel anything. It'll probably just hear like some knocking. And I was like, no, Mom, it pushes out. And he was like, yeah, it really pushes out. I already want to. And the kid ain't even here yet. It was so funny. How did I get on to telling y'all that? No idea. Oh. Damn, I don't even know how I got to telling y'all that, but I ain't for the edit, so let me get my chocolate ass up off here. Anyways, it was a pleasure reading for y'all. I enjoyed kicking it with y'all. I really hope these readings was beneficial for you. I did have a good time doing this. I think I like this way a little bit. Only because I didn't have to stop, upload, wait, record, stop, upload, wait, record. But I still like the convenience of it for y'all. Like, no cap. All right, it was a pleasure reading for you. I hope to see you again. And if you ain't already part of the intuitive channel, I like to call y'all a delight, because it's a delight when I see that people actually watch the videos and some people comment. I don't get comments like that all the time, and I ain't complaining, okay? But I do like it when I see it. I'm like, oh, somebody saw my reading and it helped them. I'm like, y'all working, okay? I don't feel so crazy in front of this damn camera. But yeah. All right. If you haven't, go ahead and join. Yeah. If you like this kind of style of reading, let me know. Because it was easier. I probably do it much quicker, though, next time. I took that long-ass break. All right. Peace, love, and ooh, there's this lady I watch on YouTube. She be like, money blessings, peace, love, and money blessings. I think that's so cute. That's not my thing. It's her thing. But I think it's beautiful that they wish everybody money blessings. That is beautiful. Everybody could use a little money blessings. But I tell you what, I wish you more that with those money blessings, you know exactly what to do with it so it's profitable for you. Okay? Because sometimes we get money. You don't know how much money coming through your hands until you actually sit back and think about how much money has passed through your hands. Make good use of that. But as always, find peace within yourself. For real. Because that's what's most important. And just love, honey. For real, just love. Just love, honey. I got honey right here. But for real, just love. And understand, people just fucked up. And parts of you are fucked up too. And that's all right. All right, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.